Hulk Hogan years.
Yeah.
It would, somebody that watched him growing up, it was great. He was no doubt a legend. But when it came to the reality TV, I started feeling sorry for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to see the personal
Yeah.
side. And it wasn't just the reality TV sizzle they had to it. I think
No,
there
it was
some
a lot of
dark
the
stuff going on
The
there.
physical pain that he went through as a wrestler. I kind of got to see that side of it, how they got hooked on drugs and that kind of thing. And then I got to see his family and, man, his wife, good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think by this point, he had, they weren't together anymore.
No, I think he got remarried to a younger, hotter girl.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that,
No,
I suppose.
His
But,
daughter's a singer, isn't she?
She's had her moments there. Yeah.
well, and I will say the Hulk Hogan, I kind of remember when he's the good guy coming up in the 80s. I'm a little kid. In like early 90s, I'm a little kid. But I remember him doing the heel turn where he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan in WCW and started the NWO with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. And it's like, to me, that marks the beginning of the sort of anti-hero movement. Now that reaches its culmination in wrestling with Stone Cold, but you still see it. And it's where it's not necessarily a straight up good guy like Hogan was. It became somebody with those flaws, with those problems, with that edge, to where you might even be rooting for the bad guy because you kind of like, they do it the wrong way, but their motivations are in the right.
That was Ric Flair back in the day.
Yeah.
Man.
And I know a lot of tributes are rolling in right now. And he looks great there. It's just, you never know.
Terry Hogan.
Yeah, I think he's been in the hospital for a while. They just kind of kept it under wraps.
Well, and it used to be I'd see 71. I go, that's ripe old age. And now I'm like, man, I'm past halfway.
Welcome to my world, Joey.
Yeah. What, you going to live to be 108?
No. But I just see more and more heroes I grew up with getting older and passing on. And same with friends.
The stuff that makes me laugh the most about Hogan is like recent stuff where he'd go do the fan meet and greets and the signing stuff. And he was selling that beer and stuff. And this little kid had to be like 3 or 4 or 5 years old, walks in Hulk Hogan gear, goes up to Hogan. Hogan like stops what he's doing behind the signing table. And the kid stares him down and goes, "Let me tell you something, brother." He stands up. He's like, "No, let me tell you something." And they just started cutting a promo against each other. And it's like in that moment, that is like the joy that man brought this. He was like a living action figure.
Yes.
For some
like him and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but him, Hogan in particular, like the all-American action hero.
Did a lot of stuff at St. Jude's, I believe. Like all the young
there's some podcasts out there, even before they were podcasts, that he talks about getting in the wrestling business and what it took and how he had to do it. One of the craziest things, though, at the George Foreman Grill, he passed on it.
Oh, yeah.
He passed on it.
That man didn't eat
I said,
carbs,
no, I can't do it, brother.
Huh?
That man didn't eat carbs. What are you talking about?
Anyway, let's go to our regular here that we kick off Thursdays with. Erica Thomas, editor-at-large there at at19news.com. Erica, before we go into what you're writing about, you got anything you want to say about Hulk Hogan's passing?
Yeah, I mean, I was an 80s baby, so just as throughout my childhood, Hulk Hogan was it. Like, he was the thing. I remember all the boys had those pillows that looked like Hulk Hogan. If you didn't have one of those, you weren't cool. I remember even one of my friends had one of those blow-up Hulk Hogan that was weighted at the bottom, so you could punch it and it always come back up.
I remember those.
I mean, that was like a great time for wrestling and children and toys, and just really gave young boys something to aspire to be this larger than life figure. And he was all-American, and I think that's why these kids grew up drinking the beer that he was just promoting. He was just here in November in Baldwin County promoting that beer. But I think he'll always have a special place in our hearts, especially the people that are our age that just grew up on Hulk Hogan.
And
it's still off.
He still had such a draw. Speaking of him promoting the beer, he just do these random pop-ins to these gas stations and off of like where North College meets, kind of north of the whole university there in Auburn. Like, it's right where my uncle lives, and there's a nicer Circle K. One day my uncle's coming home from work, and he's like, "What is going on at the Circle K?" Like, it was backed up into the highway. Like, it was mania in the parking lot. I'm just trying to get home. He figures out that's Hulk Hogan. Like, hundreds of people came to see him at the gas station.
Heck yeah.
And he became a larger than life figure in so many ways. And I can't wait. I look forward to seeing some of the tributes that WWE will put on. He's the guy that really made them into the company they are, alongside Vince McMahon. And wow, shock as I was driving in.
I think it'll be interesting to see if Donald Trump does anything, because Hulk Hogan was one of the few celebrities that stood out there and stood for Trump. So it will be interesting to see if Trump returns the favor. I think he
will. Now, shifting to some of what you've been reporting on, again, folks, we're talking to Erica Thomas there of 1819news.com. There's more and more of this Gulf of America Homeland Security Task Force. They're getting a lot done, it looks like.
Yeah, and it seems like there's just so much going on here in Baldwin County. I mean, we have, 2 or 3 raids a week these days here in Baldwin County and Mobile County. I think it might be because of just the growth that we're seeing in the county. If you drive around these county roads, there's going to be new subdivisions popping up everywhere, which means there's a lot of construction going on. And a lot of these general contractors are hiring illegal immigrants, according to the Gulf of America Homeland Security Task Force, the FBI Mobile that's working on these cases. So I think that's why we're seeing a lot of them. But yesterday we had 2. One was at the construction site of the new Loxley Elementary School. They arrested 11 individuals there, suspected of being in the country illegally, and other charges, but we don't have the list of those other charges yet. And then later in the day, there was a spot where it was an unspecified location, but it was in Baldwin County between Spanish Fort and Loxley. They had another raid, and there they picked up 13 people. Wow. So, I mean, they've been very busy. They've arrested well over 500 suspected illegal aliens in the region, and by that I mean Alabama, Louisiana, just the southeastern region, which Homeland Security covers in the FBI. So they've done a lot. They created the Gulf of America Homeland Security Task Force, and it includes obviously Homeland Security, FBI, Border Patrol, the ATF, removal operations, the DEA, and then they also recruit local sheriffs and police departments to help with those different raids. And just because it says Gulf of America doesn't mean it's just Mobile or Baldwin County. This task force also operates as far as Huntsville. So just really all of Alabama.
Now, they're doing great work, and I expect we're going to see more of that. There's another crime story you're covering. I saw that national outlets are starting to pick this up. I think y'all originally broke this story, 1819 News, and I believe you're the reporter there that broke the story in May. The headline today reads, "More arrests in horrific underground bunker child sex ring, gang ties revealed." So what's the latest on this?
Yeah, I kind of knew you were going to bring this up, and it's just very difficult to even talk about. I've been a reporter for 20 years, coming up on 20 years. And I'm pretty tough. I've been desensitized in some ways, but it's stories like this that I just can barely get through to talk about, to write about. I had to stop and take breaks. Even the sheriff in Bibb County yesterday, when he was telling everybody about everything that happened, that they found out so far, Sheriff Jody Wade, he got teary-eyed and choked up. And, he's a law enforcement veteran. Yeah. This case is one of the worst cases I've ever heard of or seen when it comes to just how terrible humans can be. You would just never think that humans would be capable of some of the things that they did. It's all detailed in the story on 1819news.com. Not completely detailed, but, enough is you can tell that this is really a bad situation. So they originally arrested one Hispanic man. He's a 29-year-old of Brent. His name's Andres. I can't say his name. Andres Trejo Velasquez. Sorry. he was indicted for human trafficking. Well, then they ended up arresting 2 others. And yesterday they came out and said, we've arrested several more. So they listed all these people that were involved in this human trafficking operation, but it was children as young as age 2.
Wow.
And they were being kept in an underground bunker where they were tied up to poles and beds. And men would come in, women would come in, pay $200, and yeah. And then yesterday we found out there was also some bestiality involved. One man was charged with bestiality. I think this is it's very graphic. It's very hard to talk about, but hopefully, it's good. The good news is these people have been stopped. This is not going to happen in this bunker anymore. In fact, the sheriff yesterday said he wants to blow up that bunker. He thinks it needs to be just blown up, and I think that would be a great idea.
It's a literal portal to hell here on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does seem that way. And with the gang ties, they didn't say specifically which gang, but this Hispanic man, they're looking into his background to find out if he was here illegally. And so I emailed Homeland Security today, and I said, there's no reason why we shouldn't know what his status is as an immigrant, or was he born here and just, there's no reason we shouldn't know this by now. But he was arrested in April. We did the story in May. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to track down where he came from and what his status is. So I don't know if it's something they're just not giving us, which they should. That should be public information. This was a large ring. The sheriff said he's expecting a lot more arrests and, unfortunately, a lot more victims.
And some of the kids are with DHR, but they're guessing other victims are out there they're trying to find.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's horrifying. If folks want to hear the details, I hesitate to read even just the counts because it's pretty graphic. You can read this. It's the very top, one of the top trending stories there at 1819 right now. I was saying that, I think Yahoo News and several other people have picked up on this story now. It's an international thing, I believe. And, as much as people are focusing on the Epstein stuff, and rightfully so, this sort of horror can happen. And, some portal to hell is opened up right in Alabama, and who would suspect it? And it's the sort of evil that has to be stopped. It's just awful.
It is. And there's even women involved in this.
Yeah,
this was it was shocking to me. I just wouldn't think a woman would ever do something like that. I wouldn't think a man would ever do anything like that, but especially like a mother. He said in some cases the mothers, allowed their children to be a part of this. And so I just can't imagine. I'm praying so much for these children that were victims, whether they were physically hurt or emotionally devastated. I can't imagine what this would do to a child. They are going to have some serious issues for the rest of their lives. And the only way they can get through that is if they end up knowing God and they're able to pray and know that He's there for them. Because I'm telling you, things like this make you question why God would allow this to happen.
Yes.
Especially the children, but we have to know that He will be there and help comfort them.
Well, Erica, I always appreciate reporting. Hate to end on such a somber note, but that's what it is. And hope you have a great rest of the week, and talk to you again soon. But before I let you go, folks do want to maybe have some leads, want to check out what you're up to. How can they get in touch with you or read your work?
Well, go to 1819news.com, and you can find my email address by clicking on my name under any of my stories, and my email address is at the bottom. It's erica.thomas@1819news.com. And you can also follow me on X at Erica T News.
Well, as always, like I said, I appreciate it, Erica, and God bless.
Thank you. God bless.
272-9228. If you want to get in on the conversation, it looks like we are back on air finally. I think we had a power supply blow up or something.
Oh yeah.
On the computer, and our engineer was able to replace it in about 10 minutes. I was
all
impressed. Right. He was moving like a bat out of hell. It was
NASCAR
job
speed.
Well done. And so the news continues to be about Epstein. It continues to be about the Russiagate and the vengeance of Trump and Tulsi Gabbard. It continues to be, well, about the passing of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Just breaking before I showed up today. And man, so many memories. And you get older, you realize you don't know these people, but you kind of do. They are formative in a way that few are lucky enough, privileged enough to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what that fella provided to so many young folks. And just the entertainment in general is great.
Can we go back to Eric?
Sure, yes, of course.
Just catching up. I didn't read the news yesterday. Any leads on how widespread they think this might be? I know they didn't give the name of the gang, and rightfully so. I mean, if there's an ongoing investigation, all these dogs need to be hunted down. And I'm just curious how widespread this is. I didn't see anything about number of kids or victims. Did I miss that?
I didn't say the number, no. So the children have been removed and are in custody with the Department of Human Resources, although the sheriff thinks there are more victims that have not been discovered. They're also investigating a drug case at the home where the underground bunker is located. An elderly lady, presumably one of the suspect's grandmothers, lived in the home. But the sheriff's office said it would be easy for people to enter and exit the bunker without anyone in the house noticing. It clearly was a money game they were running. You got to wonder how many. No, they're not. And I think rightfully so. They're not giving any leads exactly on how many more folks actually did this.
Happy hunting.
Paid
guys.
the $200. Yeah. Oh, no. And looking at the mugshots, I was trying to move on because animals should be put down like animals. It's what they are. It's the choice they made. Anyway, welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. No, it's heavy stuff. It's real stuff. And, we say child in custody, the children here are in custody of DHR. Well, this is a top story. It broke yesterday. This is Craig Monger's write-up of it. A 3-year-old Bessemer boy dead in Alabama DHR custody after contractor allegedly left him in a hot car for nearly 5 hours.
Yeah.
The boy has been identified as Katorius KJ Starks Jr. of Bessemer. Police say he was found alone in the car near the 1500 block of Pine Tree Drive in Birmingham. The boy was left unattended for some time after noon on Tuesday to just after 5 p.m. Birmingham police say Starks was accidentally left inside the vehicle while in the care of Covenant Services, a third-party contractor for DHR. Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service arrived and pronounced him dead. DHR released the following statement, quote, a child in DHR custody was being transported by a contract provider when the incident occurred. The provider has terminated their employee. Due to confidentiality, DHR cannot comment further regarding the identity of the child or exact circumstances. Birmingham police are investigating the death. The family's attorney, Courtney French, told AL.com that the contractor picked up KJ from daycare at 9 a.m. for a supervised visit with his biological father. After the visit ended around 11:30 a.m., the worker stopped to pick up food for her family and shopped at a tobacco store. The worker then returned to her home and left KJ in the car, parked for more than 5 hours.
The contract wasn't ended. An employee was fired.
Nobody was arrested yet. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Well, somebody's about to be arrested as the police investigate it. No charges announced so far. There's more to that story than that timeline I just read. Like, how the heck do you leave a kid in the car? Just darkness.
That was the first headline I read. And then to have Erica's story on top of that. All sunshine and rainbows today.
No, and we're getting more of this stuff. Again, the focus is nationally on Epstein and what was done to those kids. Millbrook attorney arrested on child porn charges.
You know what, man? If it brings this to light and exposes these rats, so be it.
But a Millbrook attorney, this is from WAKA Action News, has been arrested on several charges of distributing child pornography. According to Millbrook Police Chief PK Johnson, 65-year-old John David Norris was taken into custody yesterday on 4 counts of dissemination of child porn. Norris is being held in the Elmore County Jail on an $80,000 bond. Johnson said on February 14, 2024, his department got a tip from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children that someone in his jurisdiction was allegedly downloading and sharing images of child pornography. Later that month, Johnson said a suspect was developed and search warrants were executed at 2 locations in Millbrook. During the search of Norris's home and office, multiple electronic devices were seized. Johnson said after the devices were analyzed with the help of ALEA Computer Forensics Unit, an Elmore County grand jury determined that enough probable cause exists and an indictment was issued against Norris. This case has been under investigation for a lengthy period of time, Johnson said. In an investigation such as this, there is a lot of time-consuming research and analysis that has to be completed prior to taking a case to the district attorney's office. Detectives of the Millbrook Police Department are members of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. This task force is a national network of law enforcement task forces dedicated to investigating and prosecuting crimes involving the exploitation of children facilitated by the internet and other tech. So there's that one. There was another story, too. Finally, people being, I think, sentenced, family, doing this sort of crap. I'm just saying, maybe it's because we're reading and it's easier to see more and more of this stuff reported. This is too much. It's so dark. What you do to your children in your society. It's a sign of what's going on.
I'm just appalled at and maybe this is just me being naive at how seemingly widespread it is. I mean, from a number standpoint, any fraction of a percent is too much, but I'm amazed that it's this much.
Yeah.
Depraved people.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. Let's go to Papa B. He's been very patient. Hey, Papa B. How you doing today, man?
All right. Well, I don't even know what to say, man.
Right.
That the evil is just God awful. And even though we have heard whispers of it, and even more than just whispers of it, and just didn't want to just didn't want to believe it, or surely, goodness, that's not happening in this country. But there it is, and is it widespread? Well, according to the reports that we were hearing, maybe not even a year ago, there's nearly 500,000 children missing that have come over.
Yeah.
And
300,000 is the low number.
Is it widespread? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's a high probability of it being widespread. My goodness gracious.
Well, and this is the very essence of evil. I saw it was Tucker Carlson the other day talking about Tony Podesta and Jeffrey Epstein. And, this is one of the hallmarks of evil. What am I talking about? The destruction of something innocent for destruction's sake.
Yeah.
That's just that sort of perversion, that sort of power trip, it's pure evil. That I look at something beautiful and innocent and let me twist it.
Pure evil. Yeah. These folks, arresting and trying them. I'm telling you, man, I'm not even so sure that it should go. If it is a trial, it should be very fast, and it should be over with and done in a hurry, and an execution following right away. No, years on appeal, and finally some slick lawyer gets you off on a technicality. No, No. None of that. You know, take them out back and, you know, pop a couple of them in the back of the head or something. I don't know, but you know, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I've heard this was going on. You know, we all did over the last 10 years or so. It's been slowly simmering in the background, like, you know, hey, this is happening. The American people need to see it. They need to see it. They, you know, this is what all of the corruption, all of the evil that we've let loose and is leading to. And so the American people actually now being exposed to it is what's going to make the difference, you know. So, I mean, the loss of words just doesn't even begin to say what I'm feeling right now. I'm mad. I'm really mad, you know.
Well, and
I'm mad.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, and this is what I wrote about this week. It's partly why I'm frustrated. It should be about the simple justice and protection of children, and yet at the highest levels, this thing seems like a political football, is a political weapon. It's a way to smear others. It's like, and it seems we're losing the whole point and purpose of why we even have something like a justice system.
Thank you very much, Joey, for that. You know, and here's the thing. So they were focused on, at the DOJ, bringing Trump down. Why didn't they do anything about this? Why didn't they know anything about this? Or did they know something about it and they were using it, you know, for some, you know, wicked, you know, spy purpose or something, you know, some sort of extortion racket of some kind? I highly suspect that's what may very well have been going on, because why else would have been allowed to continue to exist? You're telling me that they didn't know anything about this for all these years? They're just now finding out? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe that there's people that have known it, and or at least should have investigated it, certainly turned a blind eye. You know, God knows.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, they are just as guilty as the people that do it.
Amen.
Just as guilty. The ones in charge, the people that should have been protecting human life, especially kids, they are just as guilty. They need to be dragged out too. You know, I don't care who it is. You know, I'm mad. I'm flabbergasted at everything at the same time. I really want to. It's just one of those moments where I just really want to find somebody. You know, I want to find one of them and let's start going down with the 2x4 upside down.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe make me feel better. Anyway, all right, guys. Sad news.
Appreciate
man.
it.
All right.
Well, we do need to hit a break. Sometimes the news does not bring happy things, folks. Often it's not that happy. It's just frustrating, or it's the usual political nonsense, the partisan fight for the day. And then sometimes when you story after story after story, a lot of it in our own backyard, you got to wonder, what direction is this country going? And I don't mean that politically. What direction are we going? Anyway, let's hit this quick break. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the river region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. No big changes, but the temperature maybe just a little bit more reasonable. Low to mid-90s is still tough and triple digits on the heat index, but at least the heat advisory is gone, and the radar could be a little bit more lively today and tomorrow, perhaps. Still random storms, but maybe more to go around. Lows at night will be in the muggy mid-70s. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the number of storms will start to thin out again. And early next week could be the hottest days of the summer so far. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASE.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians. But we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll-free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. And at Dillon Rings, they're ready to help you out as a full-service jewelry shop across the board. Y'all have both been by there. You both know how great Josh and Leslie are.
Mm-hmm. Fun to just go by and see, hang out with.
Oh, yeah. Great folks to just get to grab a little bite to eat with, grab a drink with. They're a good time. But they're also really good at what they do. They're Dillon Rings. And by full service, we mean full service. They can do, of course, repairs. They can do spa treatments. So you have a favorite piece of jewelry that looks like you wear it every day and have for years. Well, it can shine and shimmer like it's brand new again. They can even do watch repairs, battery replacement on those watches. Don't get me started on that amazing inventory from high-end pieces to everyday jewelry items that won't break the bank, though they still look beautiful. They'll buy old jewelry off of you, stuff that you just got sitting in the drawer, gold, silver, platinum. And Of course, the custom design work by Josh, second to none. The guy is a true artist. So if you're looking to combine two pieces of jewelry or create a piece of jewelry to commemorate somebody you love, maybe you want to remember, or it could be something stupid and fun, something silly like Eddie and I getting matching Funky Fresh medallions. You can join us on that, Byron, if you like.
Who's treating?
It's going to be
Joey?
kind of a community
Mr.
pot
Money?
thing. Yeah. Yeah. Or we'll trade or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
It's cute.
So y'all check out Dylan Rings today. You can always stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Let's go to Charles the first. Hey, Charles, how you doing?
Hey, Joey, Eddie, Byron. Good to hear y'all.
How you doing,
Hi,
Bob?
Charles.
I'm pretty good. You know, I was kind of talking about the subject the other day, and I just wanted to reiterate, especially since Byron's there, that the amount of abuse that has to do with our churches, that means that when this is happening, like the cases in Florence and other places, the grandparents, the parents, the brothers and the sisters are there or thereabouts part of the church when this is happening. And so reiterating that things need to be done to organize a church for the ultimate protection of children cannot be stated enough. And I wanted to tell you about the Prattville case I was talking about. John Edgar Harris, over 40 years old as the youth pastor, found guilty of it, and y'all gave him probation and turned all of it to assault. Have you got me there? Go look it up. So, terrible what happened there. But you've got to be vigilant about what I'm saying. Remember, I said this doesn't take place in any library, but it is. The Florence, Fairfield, Muscle Shoals area, there are places for decades and more than 20 children per church. Have you got me? Some of these very young, ranging up to 12 or 13 years old. I mean, are you following me here, guys?
Of course, yes.
To not just think about that as isolated, but to recognize there are people in the churches that are like people that were going, whatever that was, underhandedly doing things in front of your nose. Have you got me?
Yeah.
At what should be a sight that should never even be thought of to be considered to be even happening. So, and anyone should go. So, like with John Edgar Harris, it should be that person should have been there to make sure he got sentenced. Not that this was allowed to happen. He got 12 months probation and it was made to be assault so he can go somewhere else. So those are the kind of, that's what I was wanting to get across to y'all, and really liked Hulk Hogan. And I don't know if you heard me telling about how everything happening with South Park and Colbert has to do with him, because he's the one that took the case with Doctor to the courts and won with Peter Thiel's money.
Yep.
And but y'all, the law, because of a guy named William James Titus, 200 IQ from 1940s, he was harmed by a reporter with what was said, but the Supreme Court said if you're a celebrity, anything can be said about you. Yep. I don't believe that's necessarily changed.
And then the actual malice standard comes from a case out of Montgomery, Police Chief Sullivan. So it's Times v. Sullivan.
Right. Yeah. That is exactly right.
So even if you're not a celebrity, it's still pretty hard to get a libel defamation thing going.
Right. It's all lawsuit money that comes in. But a step in the direction was taken by Hulk Hogan that even let Trump sue Paramount. Got me?
South Park was essentially daring Trump to sue us, man.
We already got an episode ready. Come on.
They got $1.5 billion, from Paramount or whoever's buying Paramount to, air their show, which is usually often hilarious. And I think that political satire should just be allowed. If you're not cussing or doing anything like this, screaming in a theater or something, you should be able to politically satirize someone or anyone. And you get me there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Charles.
Hey, thanks a lot. Y'all have a great day.
272-9228. It's 334-272-9228. I mean, did you see any of the latest South Park clips?
I've seen a couple on the TikTok, but
on the latest episode just dropped.
No.
Oh yeah,
I
guess
watched the
it's- I guess
first
it's the
one
latest
back in the
episode.
day when it came out.
it's all about like Trump.
oh yeah, okay.
Well, and in part, it's also about like Cartman's arc is now that woke is dead. What is my role in this world? If nobody cares if I'm offensive, and then Cartman is really over the top happy that NPR's like he's sad NPR's been canceled because that's where all the different folks complain about things that he thinks is hilarious. And so no, but then South Park put out a PSA where it's AI, or it's like Trump going through the desert and stripping down, and he's like naked, and you see a tiny that then talks going, "I'm Donald Trump and I approve this message," and stuff. And it's like the whole episode is about the city of South Park defying Trump, and so Trump sues South Park.
Good.
Yeah. It's gonna be I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Are they all out?
No, I
I
think
think
just that
it's
first
one
episode. So well, I'm not surprised South Park is doing what they're doing.
Dude, that's what they do.
Oh well, and then at one point Trump they have him like a Canadian, or like they did Saddam Hussein, where it's just a picture of Trump's head that's different photos in different positions, and then it talks like it's Terrence and Phillip.
Yep.
Like and Trump says, "No, you tell him what," and he goes back into the bedroom, and in the bed with him is remember from the first movie of South Park, Satan.
Yes, I do remember.
He was like, "Ever since you've got reelected, you've been telling everybody to relax after this Epstein thing," and it's like, "I'm not telling you to relax, man." And it's just like, oh,
spicy.
I'm just saying, the populism doesn't always have to have a conservative bent.
And the boys still have their touch.
And it is a fickle and wild beast. And this Epstein thing ain't going away. We got another quick break. Be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
There's nothing that will heat up the summer more than a hot deal from Pizza Perfect. The perfect family fill-up in July is a free order of boneless wings with the purchase of any large pizza. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet that includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Get a free order of boneless wings with the purchase of any large pizza from Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook.
Join us tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 at Lassiter's Hardware, 15271 US 31 in Hope Hull, for our Paw It Forward Pet Drive. Drop off your pet shelter supplies to help the River Region Humane Societies.
The River Region's first and only News Talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader's in the middle of the screen. Byron Sheehy on your right. Again, 2729228 if you want to get in on the conversation. Just running down some headlines here real quick. Mike Johnson's defending his Epstein strategy in the House. The majority whip, Steve Scalise, saying House will deal with Epstein files in September. So delay.
Kick that can down the road.
Though House committee, I think it's the Oversight Committee, votes to subpoena DOJ to release the Epstein files. And Ghislaine Maxwell will testify in a closed-door deposition August 11th. So they'll have House essentially Oversight Committee attorneys and a few people go down to Florida and they will depose her.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wonder what she's going to say, because the way this works is, what does Maxwell want to give up?
I'm sure.
What does she have to lose?
Right. She's got to get something to get.
Might have a lot. It depends on what this is. But let's say she wants the sky to fall, like burn it all down. They're going to then do a public hearing. And you better have the best bodyguards in the world protecting her up to that date. That will be a circus of a horrible, horrible truth maybe behind everything.
Are they taking bets on whether she makes it or not out in Vegas?
If not, they will hear
probably
soon.
on Polymarket, if not Vegas.
What's that? Koshi? Is that a site?
No, I don't really mess with those betting sites.
I found a place in Jamaica called AnyBet.
AnyBet, yeah?
AnyBet. I didn't get to go in there, but I really wanted to go in there. And I want to be like Chevy Chase. Just say, how many fingers am I hold up behind my back? Oh, you lose. Give me.
One of the advertisements that I saw was pretty much that you could set like parlays on random things in life.
Yeah.
No, you could turn like a whole betting thing into like a Truman Show, to where it's like Eddie signs up to be on the show and people are like betting how bloated will he be in the morning.
That's not for reality TV, Joey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you can constantly bet on what that's going to happen with that person.
Well, people are already doing that with, I hate to say it, but like with the OnlyFans, and they're paying people to eat. I mean, this one girl, she advertises that she gets paid like $200 an hour just to eat.
Bang, I think is what it is.
I don't know.
Like where they just eat a lot of food.
She eats a bucket of KFC and she gets paid several $100s for doing it.
I don't understand that.
Right. I don't either, but she's like becoming a multi-millionaire.
I do understand, like I cook, like when I just cooked a huge steak dinner for my dad and grandfather, like splayed it out, big display. Yeah. When I watched them like a hog because they ate it and stuff, like that makes me so happy because it's like, people I care about, got your food.
Enjoying you.
Watching some rando stranger gorge themselves. Like, how many sins are in the news? Like 7 deadly sins. How many are in the news right now?
All
of them.
Are these people who are eating food wearing clothes, or are they naked?
No, most of them wearing clothes.
And they're getting paid $200 for this?
There's no naked involved at all.
Yeah, if you get, like, let's say I really like you, I might pay you more.
And I think it started in like Japan and these sorts of things where it's like, it's just cute, petite little girls, and they're just sitting there like gorging them.
This girl wasn't cute or
wasn't.
petite.
Oh,
she was a large Marge.
Big old one.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a kink.
Yeah,
she has a gravitational field.
And she's got a man, and I swear when they stand next to each other, they look like the number 10. Because he's so skinny and she's so large.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You got to always look at certain couples and go, all right.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's why I always wonder, who's got the kink? Is it him that I like big women, or is it her going, I really like a skinny dude?
And that's why they work.
Yeah. Hey, Joey, there's somebody out there for everyone, Joey.
Yeah. There's somebody for everybody.
Somebody let him out of the house with those shoes on, man. That's true.
I'm still running a test on these shoes. So far, the test is not going like I hope
think you should keep wearing them. Please.
People treat me really nice when I do.
Describe your shoes to the audience.
They're like they're like a glove for your foot, where each toe
you can see each individual toe.
Except mine are kind of like mittens. The last 3 toes, they just kind of go in one slot.
He's got the Costco brand.
Yes. And
you sure that just ain't how your toes work?
Well,
they are webbed.
They are pretty much webbed, yeah. But honestly, I bought these to go to Jamaica. It's like, we'll be in Jamaica, have some cool shoes. I noticed everybody was treating me kind of special while I had these shoes on. And I asked my wife, I was like, what do you think up with that? She's like, well, look at your shoes there, Artard. Maybe that has something to do with it. And since then, I've noticed, when I wear these shoes,
by the way,
extra
that was a line in South Park. Cartman gave, because everybody's just saying retarded, and I used to say it, and people get mad. What do I do with myself? Nobody cares anymore. Anyway, the 7 deadly sins, just as a reminder, lust, is that out there?
Yes, it is.
Have you seen the new Sydney Sweeney American Eagle commercial?
Mm-mm.
It's like her it's like closing the trunk of a car wearing these American Eagle jeans. She closes the trunk, and they're not that tight, but they accent her behind quite well.
I see.
So she shuts the trunk, camera pulls up tight on her butt as she's walking away.
Yeah.
And then she gets in this classic muscle car and kind of drives off, and it's like, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. And you're like, well, I'm not in the market for women's jeans, but I'm paying attention. It works. The lust is out there.
Dude, yeah.
We just covered gluttony.
Yeah.
Greed.
On the regular.
Yeah, I think greed is doing quite well these days.
Yes, right now.
Along with sloth.
Oh, yes.
I think laziness is a bit of an
big
epidemic.
time.
I see it in my own life.
At our
Look that up and tell me.
And then wrath.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Big problem. Envy. Yeah, you better believe that.
Yeah.
And pride. I think that's the most dangerous one. And pride is doing quite well these days.
Right now, yes. Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. Don't disrespect me, Joey.
Right.
Add Chuck Mangione to the list.
That's right. Chuck Mangione. That's right.
He just died.
Yeah. Yep.
Aw.
Chuck
Oh,
Mangione.
man. What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
What?
Yeah,
to
Chuck
play
Mangione
little
passed away
blues trouble.
earlier this
We're
week. I
losing
think.
Ozzy. We're losing Hulk Hogan. We're losing Mangione.
And lost Malcolm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, we got to hit the top of the hour break. What a weird day. I'm glad everything's back to working in terms of our technical side.
As far as we know.
For another 15 minutes.
Well, as well as it worked before, at least. I don't know.
There you go.
At least I know to be repaired.
Anyway, let's get out of here. It's second hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. President Trump will visit the Federal Reserve today as his allies scrutinize its expensive building renovations. The president visiting Scotland this week, returning to the country where his mother was born and raised. The president will meet Scottish First Minister Jack Swinney and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer during the visit. The visit comes ahead of a formal state visit to the UK in 2 months. Shares of United Health Group slipped after the healthcare giant said it was under a Department of Justice investigation. The Wall Street Journal said federal officials have launched a civil fraud investigation into how the company records diagnoses that lead to extra payments for its Medicare Advantage plans. On Wall Street, stocks are mixed, the Dow dropping 192, the NASDAQ is ahead 64 points. This is SRN News.
Charlie Kirk here. I've been thinking, why does it feel like losing weight is harder than ever before? Mixed messages, fad diets, and quick fix solutions. Many people are left stuck and exhausted trying to fight a battle they can't seem to win. If you feel this way, you're not alone. I used to feel that way too. But let me tell you, it's not your fault. Your body is working against you, and delaying action only makes it harder. I took a step 2 years ago and called PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition and lost 40 pounds. I feel great and have kept it off. If you are ready to make a change for life, call 855-696-2020. That is 855-696-2020 to schedule your weight loss consultation. The first 11 callers who mention healthy will get 2 free weeks added to their weight loss package. Call 855-696-2020 and mention the word healthy. Visit them at myphdweightloss.com. That is myphdweightloss.com. It works, everybody. Check it out at myphdweightloss.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the river region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. No big changes, but the temperature maybe just a little bit more reasonable. Low to mid-90s is still tough and triple digits on the heat index, but at least the heat advisory is gone. And the radar could be a little bit more lively today and tomorrow, perhaps. Still random storms, but maybe more to go around. Lows at night will be in the muggy mid-70s. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the number of storms will start to thin out again. And early next week could be the hottest days of the summer so far. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Starting with the upcoming school year, Montgomery Public Schools will require students to register online. All students, both new and returning, must complete registration through PowerSchool in order to be fully enrolled for the first day of school on August 5th. Registration must be completed by July 30th. A decommissioned pumper truck from the Emerald Mountain Volunteer Fire Department is headed to Malawi, Africa. The fire engine is to be donated to the government of Malawi, where firefighters are in dire need of resources. Emerald Mountain's first ever fire truck left today on a 10,000-mile journey to her new home in Malawi. A Wetumpka woman has been sentenced to 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to child sex crimes. 36-year-old Farron Hudson was arrested and charged with first-degree sex abuse of a child less than 12 years old in March of 2023. Her husband, Jason Hudson, faces the same charges and is scheduled to go to trial in October. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Well, good afternoon. It is JT broadcasting live at Headley Plumbing at 5520 Main Street here in Millbrook for Paw It Forward. They are one of our community partners, helping us collect those supplies for the Tri-County Humane Societies in Montgomery, Prattville-Autauga County, and Elmore County, and that's their service area as well. They give you top-notch plumbing services and even do septic tank work as well. Here at Headley Plumbing, you can reach them by calling 285-3667. But come on by and see us at Headley Plumbing in Millbrook today. Make that donation. We just saw headlines this week about how overcrowded the shelters in the area are, and you can help out by donating things like dog and cat food, kitty litter, cleaning supplies, toys and treats, anything that will help the dogs and cats at the shelter and make it easier for those organizations to operate during the long, hot summer. So if you can paw it forward, we'd love to see you. We're on location again at Headley Plumbing in Millbrook till 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's JT for Blue Water Broadcasting.
Do you have real estate problems? Whether you're facing foreclosure, inherited a property, or have costly repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Home Buyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. Because when real estate problems cause you uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Give Rapid Fire Home Buyers a call today at 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. You know, I've been saving one story. Maybe we'll get to it. New rules for organ donations are leading to premature death. Let's just say they're so desperate. There's such demand for organs or organ transplant that they've started operating on people that ain't dead.
Surprised?
No. Just,
I meant to ask you.
That's a nightmare, too.
Over the weekend, I thought I heard something about Putin had evidence that Americans are being fed people.
What?
I swear.
Like Soylent Green?
Yeah, I swear, Joey. Maybe it was that.
Where'd you see
trip
that?
I was on. Hold on. Maybe.
Man,
It might have been my
can't just
mind's eye.
bring that up.
Well, I thought it was common knowledge.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Okay, maybe, I had a lot going on this weekend.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Right after the break, are you eating dead people?
Oh, man. Hey, let's go to Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, how you doing?
How y'all doing?
Good.
What's up, Soldier?
Man, I love that movie, Soylent Green, man. People get old and send you to the old building at night and don't know what the hell, and you're going to be turned into a little cube. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
So that movie was so far ahead of its time. You know what? All I can say one thing, for life.
For life, brother.
Man, I grew up with him.
Yeah.
When I was like a kid, like a second or third father almost, you know what I'm saying? And I'm curious to see what happened because he was in the market to be part owner of the soon-to-be bankrupt Hooters.
Know that.
Yeah. And here's another thing that's interesting. He sure looked good when he was at the Republican Democratic Convention.
Yeah, he looked like himself. It looked like high energy and looked great at that big rally speech at Madison Square Garden, too.
Man, they took so many steroids back in the day. His cardio had to be right.
Yeah.
That was the thing, though. During the reality TV show, you could kind of see his struggles afterwards. And I mean, as high as he was and as great as he was, he had a hard time sometimes just getting out of the chair.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
and in particular, how many leg drops? Hundreds of leg
yeah.
drops every night.
Keep it on for the China.
Back issues.
Yeah.
How many back issues he's had?
Yeah.
Everything.
I think he had a fusion surgery. I think was the last surgery.
It's
I
because of
think
that
he had.
finishing move. He's like,
Yeah.
you do one, it doesn't hurt at all, but you do
Yeah, you do
thousands
it.
of them over a
Exactly.
lifetime. Yeah, you're going to screw up your back.
When you carry Hall and Nash for about 10 years, it's pretty heavy.
Oh,
I had a talk with him one time. An interview was pretty interesting. How much painkillers and pills he was on every day.
Oh yeah. Well, and he's a guy that also survived. It's very easily out of that 80s stardom, he could have just, gone quiet. But no, he kept being a huge star, surviving, recreating the industry with the NWO for life. And then the match he put on at WrestleMania with The Rock and Hogan. Oh my God.
He was a living character.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't grow up during that period and you didn't know who Hulk Hogan was, you didn't grow up.
Yeah, and he's like a larger than life living action figure.
Well, you remember when he was in the Rocky movie, and we always thought Rocky was huge. And
Was
then
he
there's
Thunderlips in that movie?
something like that.
Yeah.
But when they stood next to each other or face to face, you realize Hogan was like another foot and a half taller.
Oh yeah.
That was Mr. T, wasn't it?
No, Mr. T did too.
That's
but-
number 2. Yeah.
That's 3. Mr. T.
So I'm
Mr.
really,
T's 3.
I'm really
3.
curious to find out what was the result of his death.
They said heart attack. but
Yeah.
No telling.
Really?
Yeah, they said heart attack.
Yeah, I think he was having issues since that last surgery.
How much? Who's that other guy that was going through some serious pain and everything? What was his name with the toothpick? Razor Ramon.
Oh, Scott Hall.
Well, Diamond Dallas Page had a pretty rough time.
Yeah.
Did you see that? He could hardly walk. Razor Ramon. He was in that bad a physical shape. He had to walk with a cane.
Oh no, and DDP, who does not just the yoga thing now, but he started taking in old wrestlers, Jake the Snake Roberts, and rehabbing them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know exactly what's happened with Scott Hall. He did get clean, but he didn't live too much longer after that. As far as I know, DDP's still going strong. He's still doing the teaching yoga and all sorts of stuff.
What yoga going on? Or
Yeah, I
Pilates?
used it for years. I hadn't used it in a while, but it's a great program. You want to lose some weight just at home.
that was just as shocking when I heard that he had passed away. I was like, man, we lost somebody. I guarantee you at that funeral, you know who's going to be there, don't you?
Who?
Oh, I guarantee Donald Trump will be there.
Trump, yeah.
Well, and in Florida too.
Also, I'm probably we will probably see Vince McMahon actually make a public appearance and statement after he settled that lawsuit or whatever. And I mean, when you think those two were like Hogan and McMahon were tied at the hip.
And I don't think the death of Hogan is shocking to his family. So my guess is some people were able to come around and say that had
And
that
his
final
daughter
goodbye.
just got married a couple months ago.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. In that divorce he went through.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of shocking, And you were talking earlier about the child exploitation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked. But I was talking about grandma not knowing anything on her own property.
Oh, sure. Talk about a horror movie. I'm not surprised in the sense that evil and depravity exists, but every time you do just see reports of it, you're like, this is so, thank God, foreign to me in my life. Like, I can't imagine being in the midst of something. It's the sort of thing that makes you like, and especially I had a very serious conversations with my brother, not to give too much away. When I went up to visit there in Nashville, that was right as the Camp Mystic flooding thing. My brother had a bad dream that it would happen to his daughter. And he was just in a bad mood the whole week and was trying to cheer him up. And we got talking about like that sense of, if somebody ever hurt my little girl, I would kill them. I don't care what the law is.
Sit on the body.
And you think that's a natural response. What happened, if that's such a natural response, which I hope it is, what happened to all these other people that have taken that natural protective response and it's like, let's torture and harm the most innocent? It's unconscionable. It's hard for me to think about.
But it's so, what's ironic is, I think Mr. Trump needs, when he gets ready to retire, he needs to go down to a circus or a fair and become a psychic reader, because he is right since the day they said he was being taped when he came up down the stairs, that he was being recorded and everything. Has he been wrong about anything?
He's definitely exaggerated things. Like, I'm going to end the war on day one.
Day one.
You know what I mean.
But I do know what you mean. On the big trends, yeah, I think he's been spot on.
I mean, he'll say something, and look at, they're not giving him enough credit on Japan.
The tariff deals, these deals in the Far East are fantastic from what I'm seeing so far.
And what were they were talking about? Oh, it's causing inflation, and we're going to get rid of these tariffs, and Trump's just making them and this go up higher and higher, and this. They don't look at the big picture, do they?
I think they look at a very short-term picture.
They look at there are certain folks that look at whatever advantage they can get.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how do we get back in a position of power? And there's no way this guy could ever do anything good.
Let me ask you about Obama. Tulsi Gabbard, right?
Yeah.
Former Democrat, former military retired, lieutenant colonel in the Guard Reserve. If nothing's going to happen to Barack, why did they bring it up?
You know the answer to that question.
Tell me.
Distraction.
Yep.
You think it's just distraction? That's it?
Yeah, 101.
If nothing's going to come from this, why are we doing this?
This is bigger. This is bigger.
Okay. Well, if it's bigger, then something will come from it. If it's political theater, it'll be a lot of smoke. We'll talk about it for a week, and then it'll be something else next Thursday.
Yeah, and I guess the latest is the DOJ has set up a special task force for these particular criminal referrals Tulsi Gabbard sent over, including the former president, Obama.
Who's that one that was at his house and got a no-knock warrant by some guy in
Roger Stone.
Stoney.
Real piece of work that guy is, but he didn't deserve that.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's what I want. I want to see somebody with handcuffs. I want somebody that had the same intensity that they went after us. I mean, look at January 6th. How long were some of those people in their constitutional rights? Don't you have a right to a speedy trial? And some of those people had been there over a year or two, not even been charged.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Soldier Boy. I think we've covered the map here. Thanks, man. 272-9228. Yeah, I just had come back to me. I used to listen a lot to Chris Jericho's podcast, and it was really, really good because he'd have on old school wrestlers and they would just talk shop. I almost enjoy that more than watching wrestling now. Like some of them just telling old stories. And it was the Giant, or it was Big Show, or Paul White.
Okay.
Like he originally was the Giant in WCW. He's the Big Show in WWE. Y'all know him if you know wrestling. And Hogan, he was telling a story. The Giant Big Show was telling a story to Chris Jericho about Hogan. And it's like when he first comes in and he's very green, he's big, he can move things around, he can pick people up. He has no clue what he's doing, though. He does not know how to wrestle at all. So he does the move where he throws Hogan into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
And the only move he knows to do after throwing somebody in the turnbuckle is kneeing them, and not like kneeing them in the gut. And he's like, you can't just sit there and knee people in the gut like it's a video game. Throw them into the other turnbuckle. Like that's the only move he got. So Hogan knows this.
Yeah.
He throws him and he's like, throw me into the other one. He throws him into the other one. And like as he walks over, Hogan starts going like, no, brother, don't do it, brother. And he grabs the Giant's wrist, like very subtly, goes, don't do it, brother, and puts his hand around his neck. And he goes, choke me, brother.
Choke me, brother.
And, like it's the little inside dance of that stuff. And Hogan was known to being a hardcore, hard-nosed businessman, too.
Yes.
Listen with Comrade Thompson. He's of Huntsville. Great shows. The one with Eric Bischoff, 83 Weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find them in archives. Hogan was one of those guys that just he had a nose for where the world is going, how much money he should hold out for. Like he just had, other than the George Foreman grill, he really had a knack for knowing how to make the sizzle happen.
There was a cartoon that came out probably mid 90s, and the character was Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan had no idea. It was really, I mean, it was him, but he had no idea. So on another interview, one guy said, "Hey, how much involved are you with this show?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." They showed him the character, 2 weeks later, he gets a big paycheck.
That wasn't Rockin' Wrestling, was it?
No, it was just like some, and it was a big thing when YouTube was first coming out. It was a big cartoon on YouTube. But yeah, they were used his everything but his name. I mean, it looked just like the cartoon version of Hulk Hogan.
Hey, I'm going to give you another example of how we're from a different generation slightly. You didn't say anything about vitamins. I took my vitamins because of Hulk Hogan.
Because the Hulkster.
Yeah.
Say your prayers.
Wasn't there a Hulk vitamin?
I don't know if there
was
an
a Fred
actual
Flintstone one.
vitamin.
I don't remember there.
Well, and then the classic just, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Let me tell you something, brother.
It's so good. Yeah, man, it makes me want to go watch some old stuff and just the good memories. And that's the great thing, too, about, with the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. It's incredibly sad. He went out on top in a way that, like, that concert was incredible, that reunion concert.
Yes.
With the movement he helped birth. But what's great about somebody like Hogan or Ozzy Osbourne is you can go watch the great Hogan matches and all the fun interviews, and you can not only watch the Osbournes reality show, I've seen clips after clips after clips, forgot how freaking funny.
Yeah.
Like Ozzy chasing around his cat in the backyard.
Oh, it's hysterical.
It's so funny. But then you can still listen to those old solo Ozzy, Sabbath.
Yeah.
Like you can revisit these albums, and that's the silver lining to these guys passing. It's like you didn't know them personally, so the thing they gave the world, it's still here, and you can still enjoy it.
Funny with Ozzy, I remember the episodes of his reality TV show. That was not the Ozzy that we all expected, and that was
so good.
Who is this guy?
Well, especially there's one where it's Sharon's ironing his hair flat with a with a clothes iron. He's got his head on the thing. How much he loves burritos.
Yes.
Oh, the burrito. I need to take a nap.
Love for animals. It just all this kind of stuff.
The whole time he's chasing the cat, he's F this, F that, cursing out the cat. He's like, well, nobody else would do it. I don't want to get eaten by a coyote or something.
Not the birds, just the animals.
Again, just not the guy that I always thought it was. And that's something that drew me to the show. It was just hysterical.
I saw something on Insta where he had to be strapped in for his last concert.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
he
to
had
give it all his last
fusion
show
surgery
to
too,
his, his fans.
And he put it out there that he should not have had that last surgery. He flat out put it out there.
Let's go to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days, how you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. I think Ozzy set the bar high for the reality shows. I think he came online with the old drugged out rock star.
Yep.
And nobody ever could meet the mark. But talking about, what's going to come of this, what I would like to see is that they soil and stain and just drive President Obama's legacy into the ground. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like if somebody did commit a crime, like you say, you have John Brennan dead to rights on perjury, go after him. But I just don't see it necessarily for Obama.
Right.
And to your point, it's maybe worth more than trying to bring out a criminal proceeding, ruin that whole narrative and legacy that was built up. And I think not just spoiled by this action they took using the intelligence community, but also look at the last few elections. Obama tried to back Kamala. That failed royally. Bad.
Well, Joey, if he did that to another president, and he needs to be tarred and feathered. And if it's the worst thing that comes out, it's, just stains his reputation as a president, so be it. But, talking about Hulk, the Hulkster, just think about what an impact he had on little boys, growing up during that era.
Yeah.
Looking up and, the masculinity that he put out to males, not what they're getting today. And there's a YouTube clip, y'all, you can go on there and check. There's a couple of law enforcement officers get called to a DUI in Florida where Hulk lives. And I think it's either his son or a real close relative. But anyway, they drop his name and give him his number. So he shows up on the scene. And it's really funny because the two law enforcement officers are just starstruck with him. And they're talking to him and asking him all kind of questions. But in honor of the Hulk, I would like to see a death, one of those death matches, Texas death matches with Gabby against Shift. Throw Comey in there and
Get some AOC in there.
oh yeah, and let her just take them apart one by one.
Oh, I think Tulsi is the perfect person. I was saying this yesterday, and Eddie's like, "Oh, you just got a crush on her."
Yeah, you do.
Well, fair enough. Just go ahead and sue me, Donald. But like, it's true, and I think she's the perfect messenger on this on many levels.
Well, she's smoking hot, that's for sure.
See?
Thank you.
Come on, pigs. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't be such pigs.
Real quick story. I just asked Grok to give me this story, and this is why this stuff is pretty cool. I remember it from a podcast. Hogan told this story, but 77. Hogan's trying to train to be a wrestler. In 1977. It's with Hiro Matsuda, a renowned Japanese wrestler.
Oh, I think I know this.
And trainer known for his tough methods. And it was at the Matsuda's gym, the Snake Pit in Tampa, Florida. Hogan, then a novice with no wrestling background, but a bodybuilding physique. So he's always like, I'd love doing
He's
that.
a large Marge.
And aspirations to become a professional wrestler was introduced to Matsuda through promoter Mike Graham. Matsuda was known for his rigorous training designed to test the dedication and toughness of aspiring wrestlers, acting as a gatekeeper for the Florida wrestling territory. In his autobiography and various interviews, Hogan recounted that Matsuda deliberately broke his leg to test his commitment to the wrestling business. He described Matsuda sitting between his legs, placing an elbow on his shin, and twisting his foot until his shin bone snapped. An act that took about 2 seconds, Hogan claimed. This was not an accident, but an intentional act to weed out those unfit for the grueling world of professional wrestling.
It's tough love.
Likely break to his tibia or fibula rather than his ankle. And Matsuda's daughter, who wrote a book about her father, says, yeah, my dad did that. After the injury, Hogan's leg was in a cast for about 10 weeks. Despite the setback, he returned to Matsuda's gym. Can you imagine that?
Return with a baseball bat.
With a renewed determination. Having cut his long hair and adopted a more serious attitude, this perseverance impressed Matsuda, who continued training him, eventually leading to Hogan's debut in professional wrestling. Hogan later reflected the incident, while brutal, was necessary to prove his dedication in an era when wrestling was highly selective. Some sources, though, of course, say, like every great wrestling story, that this is being exaggerated.
I don't know.
You hear a lot from those old school days, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, all those guys had countless injuries like that. Mick Foley, all the old crew like that.
Oh, going way back. Hey, let's go to Randall. Hey, Randall, how you doing?
What up, Randall?
What's going on, fella?
What's up, Randall?
Good. How you? And if you want to watch something old one on them, I think it's right when they started the NWO. Is I'm not a big wrestling fan, but it's the setting on this one is when they done it at the Club La Vila. They had a wrestling match at the Club La Vila, and man, it's just different to watch it in that set than this being inside somewhere. Because of they put the ring out there over the swimming pool, and it's just different. And,
I remember that one.
I think I remember.
I will always remember when they're waiting for the outsiders come in, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and they're like, "We got a third man," and it's Bash at the Beach, and they're like, everybody's speculating who's going to be the third man. And Hogan comes out in his normal gear, and people are like, "Oh, Hogan's coming out to help so and so, Macho Man or whatever." Then Hogan just does the leg drop too, and then puts Hall and Nash's hands up, and I just will always remember Tony Schiavone's call, like, "Damn you, Hulk Hogan! Damn you!" And then the crowd is like, go watch the clip. They're throwing spit bottles, they're throwing beer bottles, and like, and all you pieces of crap throwing stuff in the ring. That's how I feel about you, brother.
Ooh.
And it's like, man,
brother.
They realize, okay, we kind of need to get out of here. People are about to jump the fences. I think one fan did, and Nash had to beat the crap out of him. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, Superman just turned around and peed on everybody, dude. I mean, that's
I know.
essentially what happened.
Yep. Yeah. But Schiavone's call on that, damn you, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you can't say jumping from the top of a ladder down that far.
Right.
I mean, it takes some skill. It takes athletes, man, pure and simple. And you had to be in shape to be able to breathe as long as they had to.
No doubt.
Because they do all the running around. And one little quick thing, two things, but quick thing on Ozzy is that he was a member of the Church of England, and he prayed before every concert.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And what's really cool about what he did is that embrace of the dark aesthetic, the metal aesthetic, was a way of, you read the lyrics, you look underneath the hood, he's very, I think, Christian man.
Oh, yeah. I think so, too. I mean, just because he had a name of Prince of Darkness, he was Prince of Light, you know. And Byron, I don't think it like you was telling him that this is just another flash in the pan to get us to look this way and nothing's gonna happen. They can't do what they did with Epstein again. And I just don't think. I mean, we've been tricked, and he's saying it's bull crap, and then they going back on the word. I just don't think they could go back on this one. I mean, they got to have more and keep going, because they don't. I mean, the American people are really going to, you know, look, the ones he got on the hook, and not his base, but the ones that he brought along with him are going to turn and not have nothing to do with him. And I hate to see that. I mean, you think that they're still a flash in the pan, even though how they did Epstein file?
Oh, no, I definitely think something was there. I just don't think that much is going to come from this. I hope Brennan, Comey, and a couple other people go to prison over this. What John Brennan did is unconscionable from everything that I understand. And I was talking to Joey during one of the separates. I'm coming to the conclusion that there's a rift the size of the Grand Canyon of our intelligence community. And I don't know how a report like this could be buried or put in a safe or a dark file for so long and someone not bring this out sooner than right now. Maybe the timing's just coincidental.
Well, it's why I think a lot of people too look at this as clearly intelligence. I mean, who has the power to do a lot of these things around the legal system? But I appreciate the call, Randall. Really do.
Yes, sir. We'll see
you, brother.
This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and they're at Pest Pro. Ashley and that fantastic team are ready to help you, whether you're looking for some basic pest control protection,
right?
Or maybe you got a specific job, like, hey, I went to the back shed, the wasp nest in the back corner. I wish I had a flamethrower, but instead I'm calling y'all. They can help you with that. Of course, if you're tired of those mosquitoes bothering you when you're trying to sit out back by the pool or sit on the front porch after a big meal, solve all the world's problems, and all those mosquitoes are getting in the way. Well, they can treat that yard and even up in your neck of the woods around Lake Jordan.
They do. They'll come up. They're not afraid to come out in the woods, man. And like I said before, we are a mosquito haven. What we're at, we got water on all sides of us, and with a little bit of their help, we don't have mosquitoes at all, Joey.
So y'all call them up today. Of course, you can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. But call them at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Since 1966, Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches has been more than just a place to stay. It's been a place to belong. For children facing hardships through no fault of their own, our ranches provide more than shelter. We offer a warm home, a loving family, and a future filled with hope. With open arms, we welcome these young hearts, giving them the love, structure, and guidance they need to heal, grow, and thrive in a warm Christian environment. Together, we can give Alabama's children the chance they deserve, a chance to dream, to succeed, and to feel truly cherished. Every donation stays within Alabama, directly impacting the lives of the children who need it most. Join us in making a difference. Visit AlabamaSheriffsYouthRanches.org. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and download our app from your app store. We'd be honored to have you as a part of our mission to lift up Alabama's youth. And remember this, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women.
It's Johnny from Sinclair's on Bond Road. We've been in business almost 30 years.
Sinclair's East,
Vaughn at Taylor.
I think if you hadn't tried us, you should give us a try. We've got a great menu, offered anything from chicken fingers, wings, salads, fajitas. At lunchtime, we do great country lunch with different vegetables and different meats every day.
Sinclair's, where you get great sandwiches and our daily meat at 3 special at lunch, to great pasta, chicken, steaks, and seafood for dinner.
Our most popular items are, we got a soup called she crab soup, which is extremely popular. We've got a bunch of pasta dishes, which people love. Mediterranean chicken is my favorite.
Sinclair's.
We do live music, light stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, maybe 3-piece bands or 4-piece bands.
Come see why Sinclair's has seen lesser restaurants come and go over the years. Johnny Sullivan Sinclair's at the corner of Vaughn and Taylor. Find them on Facebook at Sinclair's East. Google search Sinclair's Restaurant. Sinclair's.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It is JT, and you've got a little while longer to get by Headley Plumbing in Millbrook. We're here at 5520 Main Street, and this is where we're collecting supplies for the Tri-County Humane Societies in Montgomery, Prattville, Watauga County, and Elmore County. They need your help. These shelters are overcrowded during summer, so all supplies like dog and cat food, toys and treats, kitty litter, cleaning supplies, help out if you can. Let's stuff these Blue Water barrels full of supplies so we can make a huge donation this summer. You can be part of that. We're here today till 2 o'clock at Headley Plumbing in Millbrook. You can swing by any of our sponsor locations and drop your donation in the barrel this week. You can find a complete list of supplies and sponsors on our Blue Water Broadcasting Facebook page. But we're here till 2. Headley Plumbing, they are #1 for plumbing work and septic tank work and installation as well. You can reach them by calling 285-3667. JT Broadcasting on location till 2.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillip Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillip Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. No big changes, but the temperature maybe just a little bit more reasonable. Low to mid-90s is still tough and triple digits on the heat index, but at least the heat advisory is gone. And the radar could be a little bit more lively today and tomorrow, perhaps. Still random storms, but maybe more to go around. Lows at night will be in the muggy mid-70s. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the number of storms will start to thin out again. And early next week could be the hottest days of the summer so far. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark, Eddie Bader, Byron Sheehy here in the studio with me. Of course, we are reacting to the passing of Hulk Hogan, as well as the latest going on with Epstein, going on with Tulsi Gabbard, going after Obama and team from the Russiagate scandal. Also, Time Magazine put out a list of best podcasts of all time, 100 podcasts that shaped the genre and pushed it forward.
What'd you come in?
101.
Guess what? Of all the entire 100, guess who they left off?
Rogan.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. No surprise.
Somebody said on X, hey, Grok, explain why they excluded Rogan. Be bold, take no prisoners. Time excluded Joe Rogan from their 100 best podcasters list because he's a threat to their echo chamber. Yeah, no kidding. That's amazing, though. Like, they still act like they can do what Vince McMahon did. You're no longer the giant. You're now Big Show. Like, you don't exist. Your character outside of my world doesn't exist. And they still try to do that shtick in corporate media.
That's the kind of thing
Joe
that I
Rogan
worry
doesn't
about.
exist.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just proves you so freaking small.
Yep.
It was, to me, Rogan and Adam Carolla. Those are the two that really got big, like talking for living on podcasts. There are, of course, podcasts that have popped up that are more like serial episodes and telling a story, and they only last a few, and they're fine. But that's, to me, it's the OGs are like Rogan and Carolla.
For me, though, it was before it was a podcast, was Stern. When Stern did his YouTube airing of the show, to me, that was just a podcast that wasn't a podcast yet.
Right. That's still kind of your radio
But
thing.
somebody like Theo Vaughn, those guys brought me in. I mean, and it started with clips, but seeing someone like him have a podcast, and he's just, we all know him to just be as random as he can be.
Theo Vaughn, Bert and Tom.
Yep. Yeah.
They're always great.
Anything like that, especially comedians, I guess, because I was drawn in that world. But I've tried a few real estate podcasts. They suck. They can't keep me for like 2 minutes. I'm like, good Lord.
Lately gotten into some of these AI podcasts, or at least AI accounts that grab interviews from all over and the latest of what's going on. Pretty cool. That stuff's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's so oversaturated for every industry, every little field. And that's why, what we do here is humble, admittedly.
Sure.
But thank God we got a job for now. I'll put it that way.
Job?
Yeah, I do. Let's go to Clark. Hey, Clark, how you doing?
I'm great, sir. So I can tell you exactly when Hulk Hogan won me over.
Okay.
Hulkamania is about taking your vitamins and spending your time in the gym. But it's about saying your prayers and doing your homework, too.
Hear, hear.
That's the first time I'd ever seen a professional wrestler make that kind of appeal. Thought that was so cool. Now, you are correct. Tulsi is hot. And she has not been at all equivocal about her statement. There's no equivocation there. I don't see how you walk any of this back without some kind of prosecutions. Now, I agree the timing is important. And y'all suggested it was a distraction, presumably from the Epstein thing. But, and that's a possibility. But it's also possible that the Trump administration is looking to reset the baseline in terms of Russian relations, as we're calling for where are we on our deadline for a resolution with the Ukrainian situation?
Right.
So that's a possibility. Now, Mr. Clark, are you old enough to have watched Welcome Back, Kotter?
No. Eddie is, though.
I used to love it. Because when you started talking about destruction of Obama's legacy, I was jumping up and down like Arnold Horseshack. Ooh, 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 come to me, come to me.
Mr. Carter.
Yes. So, here's the thing. The man is a narcissist. And destruction of his legacy might be punishment enough. And there's not going to be the political resolve to take the potential risk of watching blue cities burn. So, what if you just come out and before you indict anybody, you give Obama a pardon? Now, what that does, the pardon implies guilt, and it takes him off the table. Brennan, Comey, Clapper, Yates, Rice, etc. et al. Cannot deal Obama up as the ringleader for reduced sentences. But wait, here's the better part. Okay, we've already given Obama a pardon.
Mm-hmm.
So what you tell us about him, we're definitely interested. But we're not going to reduce your sentence. But I'll tell you what, if you will give us information, if you'll give us evidence that Adam Schiff was in on this, that Chuck Schumer knew the deal. If you implicate Nancy Pelosi, we'll talk about reduced sentencing. That would be nice, because there's a lot of politicians that came on TV and made statements that were definitely false. Did they know they were false? Were they in on this whole thing from the jump? That would be nice to know.
Fascinating. Both the take on this is a nice way to start to actually get a deal with the Russians. In many ways, I think this war is an outgrowth of the whole Russiagate sentiment. So I think you're 100% right there. And yeah, if you go to the head of the snake, so to speak, and you say, pardon the head of the snake, and be like, you can't plead the fifth anymore, and why don't you at least give up the goods? Now, we'll have to watch it play out with this task force set up at DOJ. And in the meantime, I know you're not one that is like, oh, just stop talking about the Epstein stuff, Clark. I know you want to know stuff about it too.
No, look. There's a rotten fish in your house.
Yeah.
You can go put it out in the garbage can so it gets picked up and taken away, or you can stick it in the closet. What happens to your house if you put that rotten fish in your closet?
The whole house is going to
stink for a long time. I want the rotten fish taken care of. I don't want it stuck in a closet.
Well said.
But anyway.
Appreciate it, Clark.
Thank you, bud.
Keep doing what you do. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, sir. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, and they're Cole Plumbing. They're ready to help you folks out with any and all of your plumbing needs.
That's
Could be
right.
an everyday issue like a drippy faucet.
The runny toilet.
That's no fun.
Nope.
Especially it's like you got your bathroom right next to the bedroom and you just hear like
all night long.
And it fires up after being quiet for a second.
Yep.
Or maybe the drain's clogged.
Could be.
And you poured a little Drano down there and it ain't working.
Right.
You need to stop. And you need to call up Cole Plumbing. Or of course it could be a huge deal like a gas line leak. Ooh, you smell that? You need to get on top of it immediately. It's a very dangerous situation. Or it could be a major water leak inside or outside your home. Cole Plumbing can get in there, fix the problem with the minimal discomfort to you and your place. They won't have to tear out a bunch of drywall, dig up a huge hole in your yard. Excuse me. You'll see them get the job done with expertise and precision. It's pretty cool to watch. And of course, they can also just help you upgrade. Maybe you want a new garbage disposal. Maybe you want a new toilet. Add accessories to the bathroom, like in the shower area. They can help you install and upgrade on all these things, including a tankless water heater system, which I think is a really good idea.
Great investment.
So I'll go ahead and save their number. If not, call them up right now if you need their help. 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
Let's go to Shane. Hey, Shane, how are you?
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember who played that boy in Shane, the youngin? Name was Keir Drier.
Okay.
Black and white one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a boy, I'm telling you, right at the end when he's hollering.
Shane.
So you know the what he wound up doing, Keir Drier? I don't know the patient that where he's from or whatever and all like that. Child, I remember right. He was what did he say? Dave opened the pod bay doors. Al.
Really?
Is that right?
In Space Odyssey.
I can't do that, Dave. And then what? You like that? And
yeah.
What song? Remember when he was crawling in there? And what was he doing? His AI. What was he doing? He was shutting him down.
Please don't do that, Dave. Yeah.
What does his name stand for?
I don't remember.
Have no what this is about. It's Artie, Arthur C. Clarke, right? He's something else. It was Hirsute. Do you know is Byron there?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Byron, you ain't you the hubcap man?
Hubcap?
I don't get it.
Hubcap. something about a Christmas ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of your other.
Yeah, it must be somebody else.
I'd put a hubcap on a tree. Look at, so what does hirsute mean? HIRSUTE, is that it? Hirsute Algorithmic Computer, HAL. That's the best I remember. I never read the book or whatever. No, it just
heuristically programmed algorithmic computer.
Okay, what the hell? Anyway, what song? God, you remember that? It's crawling up in there, all kind of flashing light, blah blah, whatever. No. What's the director? Oh, what's the name of the director?
Kubrick.
Oh, China. No, the director of the movie.
Stanley Kubrick.
Didn't he do Clockwork Orange?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Say it again, the name.
Stanley Kubrick.
Ah, wow. What a piece too. And closed eyes. That was strange. So going up in there and he plays the computer starts saying when it starts shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know a Marine joke, I can't tell. And it goes Daisy, Daisy, now that I know you, I'm the love truth. Bicycle with two. And then he starts pulling whatever's out, you know, but bust parts and pieces. He starts slowing down. Daisy, Daisy, tell me your love. It's blah, blah, whatever. So watch my turn golden age song.
Hmm.
Hey, look, Haystacks Calhoun. He used to, I used to watch that him with Granddaddy. He used to fight 3 people at a time. I mean, 3 real girls, and I don't know. Seemed like there was something about midgets and all. Like, I mean, do half a dozen of those.
Well, Shane, this has been a heck of a call. I've enjoyed the stream of consciousness, and I've been tracking. But I got to run, man. I got this break.
How?
Thanks, man.
Take it easy, bro.
You must have some Indian in you.
272-9228. Hey, this part of the program?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams, Madeline Cannon. What was that? That can help you both with buying a home or refinancing that home.
Yep.
Or as we talked about with Madeline this week, say you're doing a new construction. They don't do new construction loans, but you're getting to the point where you're about to finish that up.
At the end of that new construction loan, it needs to become a mortgage. So it doesn't matter if you're a builder or a bank's going to do it, but I would definitely call Madeline up. They're very competitive. And they can probably save you a couple bucks.
Right. And now if you're looking to refinance to save money as you're getting close to or in retirement, they can help you out with that.
They sure can.
Or if you're just kind of thinking about, you're kind of waiting on interest rates like a lot of other people, and you're thinking about like buying a home, at least go ahead and get pre-approved.
Yes.
Like call them up. At least start the conversation, start the process so you can hit the ground running. That number for Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim and Madeline. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years, and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. For over 21 years, Blue Water Broadcasting has been a proud part of the River region. We're not just a company, we're your neighbors. Our owners, air staff, account executives, and support team all live right here. We believe in this community, and we stand by our slogan, Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
When it comes to selling your home, would you trust your biggest investment to a part-time agent? Someone who might treat your sale as a second priority? Not us. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader. Real estate is all we do and all we've been doing for over a decade.
That's right. We work around the clock to make sure you and your investment are top priority. We're top producing agents with a highly respected reputation for results, and we'll treat you and your sale with the respect and time you deserve.
So if you're thinking of selling, call or text us at 334-368-6358.
And let us show you how real estate is done.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Again, 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. Let's go to the phones and talk to Dennis. Hey, Dennis, how you doing?
Fellas, how y'all been doing?
Pretty good, man. It's been a while, Dennis.
Nothing too long. I tell you, I heard about Hulk Hogan dying,
Yeah.
but I hate to hear that. But I wasn't a big Hogan person. My guy was Ric Flair, Austin Idol, Roddy Piper, Bob Armstrong, Ron Fuller, and Jimmy Goat.
Nice.
Those, at least Ric Flair is still with us. A few years back we almost lost Ric Flair. Ric Flair almost died.
Oh, yeah.
He's still with us. I guess heard he's been battling skin cancer lately.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
Man, of course, Rick is 76. Of course, he was 4 years older than Hogan was, and all that. Guys, I got to ask you something about the upcoming state elections. I want to ask you something. Do you think Andrew Sorrell's taking notes to run against Carolyn Dobson the way she ran against Dick Brubaker?
I think Sorrell is one of the most talented campaigners we got, I think he knows what he's doing.
Very much so.
Yeah, I just wondered, to win elections in Alabama statewide, you got to win North Alabama. So he's got the advantage being from Shultz and all.
Yeah.
And how about the Attorney General's race, guys? What do you think of Pamela Casey, the DA from Blount County?
Admittedly, I don't know.
Honestly, I haven't done a deep dive on the AG's race yet.
When they had, I know the former Chief Justice, one of the Supreme Court Justices, Jay Mitchell, no relation to him. He's run for AG, and Catherine Robertson from State Marshal's office is running.
I've met Jay. I've met Catherine. I don't know about the other person you just named.
Yeah, just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
We'll do it.
We'll definitely be covering it, man. I appreciate you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. See you, brother.
We have Jeff Dice coming up a little after 2 o'clock.
All right.
Look forward to that. This part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you, whether you're looking to buy or sell here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas. Buy or sell that property, that house of yours. And of course, they're at the Goodson Group. Not only can they help you with buying and selling your property, they have management services available should you want to rent out your home. And then the Goodson Group is also home of the Bo Goodson Real Estate School, one of the most highly acclaimed and accredited real estate school programs in the state of Alabama. To learn more, you can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson of the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program. You know, Dennis just mentioned Ric Flair. Mark Cumby tagged me, and Ric Flair put out a tribute on X to his friend Hulk Hogan, a bunch of pictures of them hanging out, having fun, as well as old school ones from the 80s of them in the ring. But Ric Flair writes, I'm absolutely shocked to hear about the passing of my close friend Hulk Hogan. Hulk has been by my side since we started in the wrestling business, an incredible athlete, talent, friend, and father. Our friendship has meant the world to me. He was always there for me, even when I didn't ask for him to be. He was one of the first to visit me when I was in the hospital with a 2% chance of living. Wow. And he prayed by my bedside. Hulk also lent me money when Reed was sick, his son. Hulkster, no one will ever compare to you. Rest in peace, my friend. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. A federal judge says a man charged with trying to assassinate President Trump last year in South Florida can represent himself during his trial. Ryan Ruth is scheduled to stand trial in September, a year after prosecutors say a Secret Service agent thwarted his attempt to shoot the president as he played golf. Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern are confirming they're in merger talks that would create North America's largest railroad, stretching service from east to west coast. The potential merger would combine the largest and smallest of the country's 6 major freight railroads. There's widespread debate over whether such a merger would be approved by U.S. regulators. Hulk Hogan, an icon in the world of professional wrestling, has died at the age of 71. Hogan, a strong supporter of President Trump. This is SRN News.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. No big changes, but the temperature maybe just a little bit more reasonable. Low to mid-90s is still tough and triple digits on the heat index, but at least the heat advisory is gone. And the radar could be a little bit more lively today and tomorrow, perhaps. Still random storms, but maybe more to go around. Lows at night will be in the muggy mid-70s. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the number of storms will start to thin out again. And early next week could be the hottest days of the summer so far. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
1819 News.
Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson is defending the former senator for Alabama, Jeff Sessions. Sessions also served as the U.S. Attorney General under the first Trump administration. Carlson was talking on his podcast with Charlie Kirk about the whole conspiracy to derail Trump's presidency by Barack Hussein Obama and his administration, in which Trump was falsely accused of colluding with Russia. Sessions was AG at the time and ended up recusing himself from the case, which allowed for other deep state players to continue the false investigation into Trump that was based on manufactured intelligence coming from Obama's intel agencies.
We had Jeff Sessions basically completely sidelined because of his, I have to recuse myself, and honestly, an unnecessary recusal.
I know Jeff Sessions very well. Jeff Sessions is no liberal. Jeff Sessions is a really decent man. Jeff Sessions made a big mistake, in my opinion, by recusing himself, but he didn't do it to sabotage Trump.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you. To have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
There were actually 2 separate raids conducted this past Wednesday by the Gulf of America Homeland Security Task Force. 11 suspected illegal aliens were detained at a construction site at the new Loxley Elementary School, and another raid was conducted at a location between Spanish Fort and Loxley, with 13 other people being detained. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the studio. Byron Sheehy had to scoot, but we understand.
Yep.
And joining us on the phone now, we have Jeff Dice, former chief of staff to Ron Paul, president of the Mises Institute for about a decade. He's now with Monetary Metals. Jeff, how you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Pretty good.
We're doing all right. We've really had a lot of calls, a lot of conversation ourselves about the passing of Hulk Hogan today at age of 71. Were you ever into wrestling, or what's say the Hulkster mean to Jeff Dice?
Well, it's interesting that Trump himself got involved in WWE, and then of course Hulk Hogan was at the Republican convention nominating Trump this past fall. So politics and professional wrestling are starting to merge, which I think is about right for America 2025.
Yeah, and really a lot of the rules, if you think of like the whole kayfabe idea that this is a work, it's not actually a shoot, brother. So much of our politics does seem like a work, though it does seem like the works are becoming more and more complex, where there is a lot of real built in. And I guess I'm shifting to, is it a diversion, a distraction, bringing out Tulsi Gabbard, going after Obama and team for the Russiagate thing, or is there something real that might come out of this? This is important to see.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have a heel turn in wrestling. When Hulk Hogan was the All-American guy, and then he becomes a villain. I think we have that in politics too. We have party shifts, party switches. We see what's happened to Elon getting kicked out of the Trump orbit. I mean, it happens all the time, and I think it's important to understand that there is a kayfabe element to all this. There is a show, and effective politicians understand this. And I don't think anyone understands this better than Trump. And that's why I think the left underestimates him. They think he's an idiot or a buffoon. But in a social media digital era, I think he has pretty darn good political instincts in many ways.
Oh, absolutely. He definitely knows how to play on people's desires, people's fears, and play the other side against. And he knows how to like market almost everything, even like losses as a win. Though it does seem like, I know we keep bringing this up every week you're on, but like the Epstein thing is not going away. whatsoever, especially the guys who just got renewed for $1.5 billion by Paramount. South Park really going hard in the paint. Ooh. And, folks say, it's just South Park. But I'm like, well, South Park has their finger on the pulse of a lot of people in the nation. And I think this in particular, can Trump actually sizzle his way out of this and kind of twist and charm his way out of this? It doesn't seem like it at the moment.
I think this represents a shift in that popular media, which includes stuff like South Park, it includes social media, it includes the podcast sphere. Popular media can force issues to the fore. They can force politicians to pay attention to things, and it's a double-edged sword. Trump used podcasts skillfully to help win election last fall. Kamala Harris did not, and now if this broader media world won't drop the Epstein thing, then it's likely going to be forced onto the political world as an issue that won't go away.
Yeah, and I'm more left with way too many questions still at this point, and it's not going away for me anytime soon. It is interesting how Thomas Massie has taken this up in the House, continues to be a thorn in Trump's side, and I believe Trump is still soliciting for somebody to run against Massie. So despite the strength of President Trump being able to pretty much control the Republican Party, Representative Massie, he seems to be secure in his seat. I like it.
Yes, I think he is secure, and I think his relationship with Rand Paul helps him in Kentucky. I know Thomas Massie a little bit, not well. His district is almost suburban Cincinnati, but on the Kentucky side, and then spreading out into some of the rural parts. So I think he's actually very strong there. And look, I have some experience with this because I worked for Congressman Ron Paul in Washington during the George W. Bush era. And that was when Iraq War II was hot and heavy. And, George W. Bush and Dick Cheney and all these people, they didn't like Ron Paul at all. And they always tried to primary him because just like Thomas Massie's district, it was a safe Republican district. So the primary was really the only game. And they tried a few different people over the years, and some of them came out of that hideous, that political role. Instead of a real candidate with deep ties to the district and maybe some success, they kind of tried to work. And Ron's popularity in his district was never really at risk at all. And I think that's very true of Thomas Massie, who is a folk hero of sorts, right? This is a new category of U.S. Congress critter. We used to think of them as representatives, which meant that outside their districts, and oftentimes even within their districts, nobody really knew who the hell they were. Because, out of a congressional district today is, a little south of 800,000 people, and, maybe 100,000 of them actually vote. So, it's not like everybody in Montgomery can name their congressman. They just can't. Right. And so we've got these people now who have developed national constituencies. And I would argue Ron was one of the first of those. In other words, he was known around the country by people outside the district because of his libertarian leanings, because of his efforts in, hard money circles, for a variety of reasons. And now, today, this is far more common. AOC is known wildly outside her district as sort of an avatar of the progressive left. And so this is really a new thing, and Thomas Massie is part of it. And what it allows him to do, of course, is to raise money outside of his immediate district through his national fan base. And if he can get a bunch of people to max out on the campaign contribution limit, what that does for him is it allows him to build up a war chest of several $1 million in his campaign account. And that alone makes it so a lot of people won't even bother to run against you because they're so far behind in the money race.
Well, and I love Massie's origin story, too, how organic his entry into politics is. I believe one of the local governments trying to annex his property and area into their jurisdiction, and he was so eloquent in his fight against that people wanted to continue to see him going. And a question came up in your answer there that I got to ask this next follow-up. Like when you're sitting there working with Congressman Paul, who I guess he's going to be 90 soon, there's some big birthday bash
90 in August.
Man, that's awesome. And what an amazing guy, folks, too. Like, beyond politics, just Dr. Paul is an incredible man. And you can see it with the family and friends around him. But when you're working for him up there, I'd imagine there are folks that are like, y'all are just wrong. Y'all are just kooks. You're wrong on monetary policy. You're wrong on foreign policy. Here's why. But I also imagine there are folks who are like, you know what? Y'all have a point, but shut up about it. It's a team sport. Get with the kayfabe. Stop breaking kayfabe. Did you ever have those sort of conversations with folks that knew y'all were right, but it's just not feasible? It's not practical.
Well, it was more than that. It wasn't just that it wasn't feasible or practical, it's that it was hurting the team. And Thomas Massey's getting a lot of that now. Oh, you're just tilting at windmills and you're never going to be effective and you're trying to make a point, but what you're really doing is hurting MAGA, et cetera, et cetera. And lost in this is the idea that he should be an individual who represents his district and has his own conscience and votes according to his thoughts or beliefs or research or whatever it might be, and not according to some leadership person in the GOP who's telling him how to vote. I mean, I would think that we would all want that of our individual U.S. House members, right? That they would do what they think is correct rather than what they're told to do. So that's just how politics goes. But he's doing a great job at it, and a lot of people laughed at Ron. The GOP establishment treated Dr. Paul very, very poorly over the years. Again, they were constantly trying to find opponents to primary him. They were constantly trying to deny him seniority and particular committee assignments in Congress. They were constantly trying to sort of belittle him as this guy outside of the mainstream. But in the end, fast forward 20 years later, and thank God he's still alive to witness this, he has an awful lot of supporters across the country who now are willing to say, hey, Ron Paul was right. He was right about Iraq. He was right about the Fed. He was right about Afghanistan. He was right about the dollar. He was right about interest rates, et cetera. So, oftentimes people are not appreciated until maybe after they're gone. So I hope that Dr. Paul is able to enjoy some of the, I'll call it love, he has engendered across the country.
Yeah, and it is incredible to go back and watch some of those committee hearings with him going toe-to-toe with Fed Chair Bernanke, or some of the speeches from the floor, especially the exit speech, folks, as he's retiring from Congress. That is a barn burner, and it is prophetic in certain ways. Sadly so, but it is. And, man, I can't believe 90 years young, and I know it's going to be a big celebration. Now, there was another passing. I don't know how much you were into this music. I suspect you might be a little bit. Do you have any thoughts on the passing of Ozzy Osbourne?
Oh, I do. My older brother definitely was listening to Black Sabbath when I was a kid. And I remember he went and saw what was then called the Black and Blue Tour, Black Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult together. I was a little too young, but that was during actually the Dio era of Black Sabbath. This would have been about 1980. Mm-hmm. But I think it's interesting how we've got this counterculture of heavy metal with a lot of satanic imagery and darkness in the lyrics and all that becomes very mainstream over time. And now we view Ozzy Osbourne as this kind of kindly old man with a really big heart who couldn't hurt a fly. Yep. And surely he's in heaven with, I guess, with Hulk Hogan. Yep. But you go back to when I was a kid in 1970s. I assure you, my parents would not have had a favorable view of Mr. Osbourne.
Well, and what's crazy is you look under the hood at some of the lyrics, just like look at War Pigs. Like, that is a great piece of just poetry against war, a great anti-war song, Crazy Train, just beautiful sentiments in that song. So underneath that sort of dark Prince of Darkness exterior, he kind of had a heart and a much, let's say, nuanced message about the world.
Mm-hmm. He did. Unfortunately, I think he did a lot of damage to himself with drugs and alcohol.
No doubt.
That's maybe that was part of his charm. Maybe he wouldn't have been the same guy without that.
And then one more thing here. I just saw that Time Magazine came out with a list of the 100 best podcasters of all time, 100 podcasts that shaped the genre and pushed it forward. And they didn't put on Joe Rogan. And it's just, to me, this is an example of why Colbert just got canceled. Like this old corporate prestige press, whatever you want to call them, they're dying. And in some ways it's frustrating. In other ways, it's very entertaining.
Well, Time Magazine, I guess it exists. It reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where George Costanza's father gets mad because he can't find his TV guide. So I would say Time Magazine is right up there with TV Guide and maybe Reader's Digest, although we should be a little kinder to Reader's Digest. You know, back in the late 1940s, Reader's Digest actually published a truncated version of Hayek's Road to Serfdom in serial form. Now, it wasn't the full book. It was a little edited to be, but just imagine, you know, in 1949-ish, 1950-ish, the average Joe American public was considered capable of reading Hayek's Road to Serfdom in a plain Jane, everyman publication like Reader's Digest. I don't think that is the case today, Joey.
No.
Oh, no, it's not the case today, especially when I read my op-eds. I have been accused of talking in cursive, as somebody has called in and said. And it's kind of a shame, but well, those are the good old days. Maybe we'll pick up the pieces with some AI overlord or something. And I don't know. It's been a dark show. A lot of cases, criminal cases of child abuse being brought to light here in the state, and of course, fixating on Hulk Hogan's passing and others. But it just seems like, as much as I'm seeing all the progress in technology and whatnot, it seems our moral sense as a society, it's hard to generalize, but it like there are too many warning signs. The 7 deadly sins are quite popular still.
There are, and that was discouraging, reading the 1819 news pieces about that trafficking ring right here in our state. And while we're very fortunate to live here, and I think being an Alabamian insulates us from some of the degradation, cultural and otherwise, that's happening across the country, we're not immune from it. And again, I think there are things we can do locally that can actually be effective, whereas we might not be able to do much about Trump and Epstein and those kind of things.
Well, I always appreciate your time. If folks want to check out what you're up to, what you're writing about, think about, how can they do so?
Please just go to monetary-metals.com or at Jeff Deist on Twitter.
Thanks, sir. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, bud.
Again, that's Jeff Deist. Always appreciate his time, especially those insights, being able to share some of the like the days of like Ron Paul being there in the thick of the war on terror and the war in Iraq. And
it's big, I told you so. I like that. I like that.
And yet, you still get the same dynamics. Like, you're not being a team player. Keep up the kayfabe and all these things.
Yeah. I just have issues with that. Always have.
And he's got me talking about TV Guide and Reader's Digest.
I remember Reader's Digest. I'm sure someone in my family had a subscription to it. I used to read it all the time.
And at school, was there a magazine? Highlights. Yeah, I remember
Highlights
that.
is great. I think Susanna gets highlights for the kids right now.
That's still going on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I always remember the scene in Airplane, Boy's Life, and then the nun is reading Nun's Life.
I used to get Boy's Life
and some nun
magazine,
surfing,
and
right?
There was a Ricky Ranger or Ranger Ricky, something like that. I used to get a lot of those magazines.
And then with the TV Guide, I always think of Norm Macdonald would tell a Jay Leno joke where it was like, old man sitting there with a pipe and like his, smoking jacket, and he's reading, and it's like, the Leno joke is like, TV Guide, number one selling literature in the country. TV, is that what we're calling literature now? TV Guide? Like, can't you just see somebody sitting there in front of the fire going, well, hold on, honey, I'll be right up. I'm first reading about who's on Crosswits this week.
I'm telling you, dude, Joey, people used to take it seriously. I remember my parents would highlight things in that stupid magazine they'd want to watch. But bigger than that, I remember HBO, when it first came out, you would get a monthly magazine that told you all the movies. It was just a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was worse than the Sears catalog. You'd be just flipping through there like crazy. Go, oh, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see that. Times have changed. Don't even consider that kind of thing anymore.
Real quick, while it's on my mind, the guy who is behind OpenAI, behind ChatGPT, is a guy named Sam Altman, right?
Yeah, Altman.
Just Sam Altman.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried is
That's the one I
crook
keep-
who ran the crypto exchange.
Nerd.
Oh man! And did you see his like little creatures? Like him and his girlfriend.
Girlfriend, dude. No.
What in the world is that?
She needs to go identify something else.
Yeah. Oh my God. But Sam Altman is, of course, making the rounds. Recently did Theo Vaughn. Pretty interesting discussion there. But this one caught my eye. This little sit down where he's talking about how quickly things are advancing. And he's going to bring it up in a practical sense, like a security sense. But beyond just the practical, are we ready for the progress of technology while we seem to, as these AI agents get better, we seem to be getting worse.
Oh, I agree.
But here, let's listen into Altman.
I am very nervous about this. A thing that terrifies me is apparently there are still some financial institutions that will accept a voice print as authentication for you to like move a lot of money or do something else. You say a challenge phrase and they just do it. That is a crazy thing to still be doing. Like AI has fully defeated that. AI has fully defeated most of the ways that people authenticate currently, other than like passwords, but all of these like fancy, take a selfie and wave or do your voice or whatever. I am very nervous that we have an significant impending fraud crisis because of this. We have tried, I think other people in our industry have tried to sort of warn people like, hey, just because we're not releasing the technology doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Some bad actor is going to release it. This is not a super difficult thing to do. This is coming very, very soon. And there's obviously some reports now of these sort of like ransom attacks where people have the voice of your kid or your parent and they make this urgent call.
Yeah.
That is going to get so compelling. Society has to deal with this problem more generally, but people are going to have to change the way they interact. They're going to have to change the way they verify, like this person calling me. Right now it's a voice call. Soon it's going to be a video FaceTime. It'll be indistinguishable from reality. And teaching people how to authenticate in a world like that, how to think about, the fraud impact. This is a huge deal.
Yeah, it goes from, the banks are still using a voice print to like, oh, damn.
Right.
How do you know, unless I'm sitting here talking to you like right now, I know you're real. I'm real, like we're real people. Like folks watching at home right now, the 100 or so that do, thank y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do they know we're real if they've never met us? Or even if they met us, how do and that's, he's talking about it like, well, I'm the one behind ChatGPT and we haven't released a lot of this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but it seems like you're on the cutting edge of the race.
Yeah.
Is it just one of those things where, well, we got to do the race no matter the consequences?
Yeah, but when he says we're not releasing it all, not to be funny, but who made him daddy? Are you're not releasing it all because you don't think we can handle it as people? Or are you not releasing it all because it's a control thing?
No, seriously, it is where think back to the venture capitalist, the investor, Mark Andreessen.
Okay.
He had somebody in the U.S. federal government say to him, "Oh, we'll just classify it like we classified
That's
a lot
what
of
I worry
nuclear
about.
physics." Well, but there's good reason they classified a lot of nuclear physics.
Why, they want somebody like me to make a reactor at home?
Well, not you. Good luck getting materials and the funding.
Just Manhattan experience.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you're good.
Good.
Right. But no, there are certain things, and I'd imagine that's what a lot of this UAP, UFO stuff is like there have been certain breakthroughs that people realize, in the same way that once the Soviets got the bomb, and this is how it's why we still have the conflicts with Iran and so many other places. Like you let certain types of knowledge out of the bag, like good luck. Like this is so dangerous that we're not going to, and to your point, who made him daddy? Well,
Who made him daddy?
He's the one running the company that figured it out. The best case scenario is like you got many daddies. And then on top of that, you have open source stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And open source could be good because it's open and you can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, it seems we're heading into a world where you're like, did that even happen? Am I just dreaming?
Well, you remember maybe a year or so ago, maybe longer, we were having that conversation just with the deep fakes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one thing not to be able to trust what you hear because somebody was able to manipulate the audio, but to actually see something
and
go, wait a minute, And it looks so good now, you can't tell the difference. I mean, you really can't. You can look for some glitches in the matrix type thing, but that's about it.
Well, and then I think of a caller, and I'm holding his one of his books in my hand, Love in Key West, A Man and a Woman by James Ray Brown.
James.
Yeah, and he is pretty much off-grid. And I think that is coming.
I think so, too.
For a lot of people.
Voluntarily, I think a lot of people are going to check out.
I've struggled with this in the sense of if I wasn't doing this job, I probably would have deleted Facebook and a lot of other things already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
I'm still, even with the job, I'm tempted to delete Facebook and a lot of other things.
You're stronger than a lot of other people that I know that are in it because in the business you're in, same as mine, you got to keep your name out there. That's just it.
Right.
You know? Good, bad, and ugly.
But I think that's the only way you're going to connect. Like with yourself, with other people, like actually disconnect from this machine that's being built. Not completely. You go try to live off grid. I've met some people who have tried doing that, did it for years. It's a rough life. There's a reason people live on grid.
Yeah.
Much easier. But
big thing that keeps me away from Jamaica.
Well, and especially, I know Senator Britt constantly is bringing this up. Where's the line with kids? And that's almost what we need to develop. As he was saying, people need to develop ways to authenticate things that are being presented to them. I think we also need to develop almost a rite of passage for kids to encounter this world that's being built. Because right now I think it's just being built and everybody's being thrown into it.
It's a heyday type thing. And I agree with you, but the fact that we have to have that conversation of, hey, when are we going to make this safe for kids and why haven't we done that yet? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Well, there are current products out there.
There are, but it's like building guns with no safeties.
Right. Right.
What do you think's going to happen?
No, there's a lot to figure out. As they build this digital garden, you got to wonder how much time do I want to spend in that thing?
Well, that's the thing, though. It is
lose touch with reality.
For somebody like me, stressful day and all, I can take, half hour, 45 minutes, bush light, and go into some stupid TikTok thing, and it's escape. And I know what it is, it's escapism, and I'm back out of it shortly. But I know there are other people, especially younger people online, that they live and die online, and that just can't be a healthy thing.
Well, no, and also I've had those moments like when we hang out, it's happened, but especially hanging out with my grandfather. It's not an age thing. It's like people in their 80s and 90s.
Oh, my mom.
Like we're sitting there, we're supposed to be like, watching a show together or talking and eating dinner and stuff. And both of us just get sucked into the video stuff. And then I finally kind of snapped out of it and I go, look at us. And he started laughing. I'm like, man, it's so weird.
It is very strange because honestly, watching things on TV can trigger me to get on my phone. Something will be said or something. Oh, I want some more information on that. And just having that ability to look that up right then, instant gratification. Don't know if it's as good as it was promised to be.
Yeah, I'm thinking of deleting some of the social media. For sure.
Then the terrorists win.
Instagram. I'm tired of Instagram.
What is Instagram?
The only reason I keep it is some people message me, like old friends, through Instagram, send me stuff through Instagram. And I'm tempted to be like, I'm deleting this, just text me stuff.
All right. Well, see, I'm an older guy, so Instagram to me is strictly advertising. I literally have no idea how to use it.
It's more photo-based, obviously.
Yeah, I have somebody that linked it up to my Facebook to automatically go. And I get a lot of message, and we do a lot of messaging, I guess, on Instagram with stupid videos. But, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me.
Anyway, 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in the conversation, this part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. And did you see the video they put up today on Facebook?
I have not, Joey. I have not.
It's an absolutely beautiful piece. What is it? It's Leslie Ryder's new inventory item for today is a retro chic diamond filigree ring.
Oh, really?
Ooh, I think that's how it's said. Filigree ring. It is absolutely spectacular. It's a little like it's more like forms to your finger almost. It looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely beautiful. You zoom in on it too. And that's just a sample of the amazing inventory they have there. Of course, as we told you earlier, they do custom design work, spa treatments, repairs.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get by there, whether it's the high-end pieces or the everyday jewelry items, they've got it for you. Or like I said, if they don't have it, they can make it for you.
They sure can.
really do amazing work over there at Dillon Rings. Great sponsor of the program. Great folks to work with. Easy folks to work with. Get by there today. 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery. That's just off of Atlanta Highway. It's sort of like you're going to the back end entrance, like the soccer field and stuff,
Yep.
to AUM's complex. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hey guys, this is Todd Clark with River Region Contracting, your premier roofing contractor in Central Alabama. So remember the name, River Region Contracting, for all your roofing needs. We're not affiliated with any other roofing company in the River Region. We've been in the roofing business since 2005. We don't have to buy our leads, and we don't have to knock on doors when the storms come around. We have thousands of satisfied customers throughout Central Alabama. So call us at 334-356-8635. That's 334-356-8635.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Filing Form 2290 again? VINs, weights, EINs. What a nightmare.
Not with 2290.ai, the first AI-powered 2290 e-filing platform. Just snap or scan last year's Schedule 1 and hit submit, even if you're on the go.
Wait, with just a photo?
Yep, our smart platform reads, validates, and files it in minutes. With real-time AI checks and instant Schedule 1 delivery, you can stay road ready and file fast.
Whoa, I just got my Schedule 1. Already?
That's right. Whether you're a solo hauler or running a fleet, smart truckers use smart tech. Just go to 2290.ai to snap or scan and submit anywhere, anytime.
Powered by ZenWork. Use code RADIO at checkout for 20% off your first filing. Only at 2290.ai. That's 2290.ai with code RADIO at checkout for 20% off. 2290.ai.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Since 1966, Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches has been more than just a place to stay. It's been a place to belong. For children facing hardships through no fault of their own, our ranches provide more than shelter. We offer a warm home, a loving family, and a future filled with hope. With open arms, we welcome these young hearts, giving them the love, structure, and guidance they need to heal, grow, and thrive in a warm Christian environment. Together, we can give Alabama's children the chance they deserve, a chance to dream, to succeed, and to feel truly cherished. Every donation stays within Alabama, directly impacting the lives of the children who need it most. Join us in making a difference. Visit AlabamaSheriff'sYouthRanches.org. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and download our app from your app store. We'd be honored to have you as a part of our mission to lift up Alabama's youth. And remember this, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women.
Here at Adams Drugs, we let our customers do the talking. I'm here with Ronnie Taunton, who was a longtime customer of Adams Drugs, moved away for 3 years, and came back to town recently. Ronnie, what did you do for another pharmacy when you moved out of town?
When we moved to Fairhope, we were looking for a local. We did not want to go to a big box store. And we did find one, but the service was not up to par. Adams Drug really spoiled us.
What was it like to come back to Adams Drugs again?
It was very easy. We picked up the phone when we got back, came up to Prattville and called the branch there in Prattville, and they took that phone call and did the rest of it. We didn't have to do a thing. It was very simple. We're glad to be back with them. They're so efficient and customer service oriented.
Come in to any of our 12 Adams Drugs locations. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net to find the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Rich Thomas Weather, brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. They're looking to add an HVAC technician to their team. Go to clarkcomfort.com/careers or come in person to 521 Oliver Road, Suite A. Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. How can we make you smile? Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. No big changes, but the temperature maybe just a little bit more reasonable. Low to mid-90s is still tough and triple digits on the heat index, but at least the heat advisory is gone. And the radar could be a little bit more lively today and tomorrow, perhaps. Still random storms, but maybe more to go around. Lows at night will be in the muggy mid-70s. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the number of storms will start to thin out again. And early next week could be the hottest days of the summer so far. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Well, let's go right to the phones and talk to Dave. Hey, Dave.
This is Steve.
Hey, Steve. Hey, how you doing?
I'm finishing up a break. I've got 3 problems I wanted to address, and 2 of them are tied in with roads. And some people agree with this and some won't. I think they need to shut Federal Drive down for 4 or 5 days and get the stupid thing fixed.
Amen.
I started going Anderson Road, which runs through Chisholm and everything, but then you have to worry about a train. Why don't our crackpot legislators address stuff like that? They could build an overpass over that track, and they'd have even more people use the road than already use it. It'd take some of the strain off 231.
Yep.
That's my thing with that. They've made a mess of this downtown Bronner's building for me. They've always wanted a new building. They're going to get one.
They're going to get one now.
All right. The other thing I've got a pet peeve about, and I'm not anti-family or having kids or whatever, I don't think it's fair when they enact a law to give somebody 8 weeks of paid maternity leave, but yet people run out of leave taking care of their mother or daddy. They ought to get 8 weeks. They just invited lawsuits for that. That's highly discriminatory. Now, what is more catastrophic? If you've got a parent that's going through a terminal illness, taking care of them or having a baby. A baby's not catastrophic.
No. I think you make a great point.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're inviting a lawsuits on that, because I've known people that used all their leave up, and it's not right.
I agree.
You're here.
So, thank you very much for your time. Just want to get those off my chest.
Appreciate you, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, the roads. Now, is Federal also where the big drop-off was, too, a second ago? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I know the end of the day it's going to be a good project, but I hate when they tear up everything and then it takes, it feels like 6 months to get it back. Well, I just never understand why you can't just do a partial. But.
Well, and it's just the nature, especially construction on roads, driving up to Nashville. Like, I got past the whole Birmingham thing. It's smooth sailing. I'm near Athens, Alabama, and they had stripped one side of the interstate, and we're just repaving it. But the amount of debris they left, the amount being kicked up, I'm like, my windshield's going to crack here. It was annoying me to no end.
I've got a crack in mine now. I replaced it one time, and I was like, no, I ain't going to do it again. It wasn't 2 months before I had another crack. Are they making windshields weaker than they used to? I don't know, but there seems to be a lot of debris on the roads everywhere.
No, and most of the roads, I have to say that I drive around here in Montgomery pretty solid. Like, I don't like Perry Hill's fine. Atlanta Highway seems fine. Taylor Road seems
Atlanta Highway.
It depends on where you are. Atlanta Highways, you get closer where it turns into Madison. It's a little rough.
Well, they're going to have a big mess there until they finally get all that straightened out. They're going to, where those apartments were, all that's going to be one big intersection.
Vaughn Road seems fine, I suppose.
Yeah, Vaughn's pretty beat up.
Carter Hill was bad, but they fixed that pretty quick.
They finally fixed it, yeah.
And I've learned when the city does the project, they usually get it done pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets worse. State a little longer, feds a little longer.
Well, look at your not even your interstates, but just look around here. The grass that needs cutting between the in the median. I mean, it's awful. And they always say, "Oh, it's a state. We got to have a better way to do this.
Yeah.
Got to have a better way."
Well, I was about to go to Robert, but
well,
guess
way to go, Joey.
Messed that up.
He
Let's
loves
go to
our
Duke
show.
instead. Hey, Duke.
What up, Duke?
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, another day, another dollar in debt.
Okay. I had just turned the show on, man, when y'all was talking about the social media stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had a question, Joey. Why would, I know the individual that did this crap right here, why would you go out of town on vacation, posting up pictures on vacation, say you're going to be out of town for a month? The bees would love that, wouldn't it? I mean, I see a lot of people doing that crap, putting they're in New York somewhere, they want to post on Facebook where they at. Why?
I know a guy in Titus that did that.
I mean,
letting everybody know. That's where I'm at.
Oh, but you got that small
I know,
community. But no, he's got a point.
You know what I'm saying? You're not in a neighborhood where people could take your stuff very quickly. Okay, you can do that. You can afford to do that.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. People know who you are, and what I'm saying, this individual didn't have no reason whatsoever to do some crap like that, but they tell every part of their life. Now, where's your private life when you tell every piece of your life on damn Facebook?
the secret life you don't tell anybody about.
I'm talking about they tell every damn move they make on everything.
Well, yeah, number one,
A lot
that's
of young folks-
dumb. Number two, the
young
people that
ones,
have the most curated like lives that look pretty and all the photos are great and all
Some
this
miserable individuals.
there is something nasty underneath.
Most
that
of them are very miserable individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's too perfect.
You know, and even my wife and I, we don't do Facebook. We got it just to be nosy, you know, just to see what the hell other folks up to or whatever, you know. But as far as I really try to just explore myself to the public like that, not intentionally, you know. But hell, I don't see the point until everybody every damn move I make. I don't understand that one.
Well, I
You
think
know.
some folks are lonely. It's their main platform of getting attention.
Sure.
Main way of getting attention. They get more attention that way than they do in normal life with people they know. I think some folks, they get addicted to sort of that dopamine hit of,
Yep.
somebody reacted to
Mhm.
this latest stupid thing I did.
And where's the parent with some of these daughters on there showing all their ass on TikTok and Facebook? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, well,
You
don't get me
know,
started on
let's go
that.
too
Yep.
far with some of this stuff, man. I'm talking about where's the parents for some of these kids doing all this stuff, man. Then wonder why they get some of them, you know, approached the wrong kind of way, you know. You shouldn't let your child dress as damn naked on the social media and expose herself to the world and say all this old crazy stupid stuff. We look at it, men, why look at it? We laugh at a lot of it, but some of it ain't funny because it's disrespecting
Some
yourself
of
as
it's
an
sad.
individual.
Yep.
Yes, man, and man, that's cute, man. You know this stuff get this wild.
Well, and everything's like become a show. It's not real.
Everything's
even if it
entertainment.
is real, like it's a real person doing that, whatever, it all becomes a show and entertainment. And even war is that way now. And it's kind of deranging us. And it's why would parents let a young girl do that sort of thing on TikTok or whatever? It's like, well, she's getting attention and she might make money. And it's like, it's harmless because it's just a show. It's not the real thing. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the perverts that went anywhere, they still around.
Yes, they
Perverts
are. Yes, they are.
rapists and all the above. But the thing that got my attention when I first started messing around with TikTok, remember a couple of years ago I started fooling around with looking at it, and here's something that came up saying somebody had died. Okay, hell, I thought it was true. So that's what his AI that got out of hand, where you got images of people talking and not them. You know, and saying stuff, cussing and going on. It looks so real where it got me the first time around now, first couple of times.
Yeah, I've been got
Especially about somebody had died and they were in a bad car accident. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff, man. You go reading it. Facebook does the same crap.
Oh, yeah. It's all over. You got to second guess. You can't just immediately react to stuff you see.
Right.
So if these politicians find something on Facebook and post it up on TV, and got these crazy ass people that believe anything come out of their mouth, they will buy into that.
Sure.
To ruin somebody's career and life.
Oh yeah. Well,
like Tommy Tuberville coming out there. I don't know whether it was an AI or him saying that a lot of folks finna get rolled, finna get locked up. That was an AI or for real that he said that yesterday or the day before. Huh?
said lock people up. I think he said that.
He said, Tuberville said about the Obama thing, I guess, that talked them pushing. He said that somebody heads in the road. People my way to lawyer up, they get ready to lawyer up. I don't know whether it's an AI or what. Whether it's AI, him saying
No, that wasn't AI. That was just the kayfabe of politics.
Mm-hmm.
As you've been talking, Duke, I had some buddies texting me, go way back to elementary school. And my buddy Andrew's mom just texted him and said, I remember when Hulk Hogan made you mad, the night he made an entire generation of preteen boys cry and scream. This is when he turned from Hulk Hogan into Hollywood Hogan. And as he's walking out, because they're waiting on who's the third man, Bobby the Brain Heenan's like, whose side is he on? Whose side is he on? And then Tony Schiavone signed off the show as crap's being thrown into the ring. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell. And it's like, and I remember being a young kid going, no, why? Like, you just got to hate on them.
Oh, boy. Hey, and I know the one thing, though. Katie Britt and neither Tommy said anything about the SD file, but as soon as they start talking about Obama, boy, they jumped right on that one, didn't they?
I will correct you. Katie actually not only said something, got a vote in appropriations to release the information.
All right.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Did Tommy say anything?
Tuberville initially said there's a waste of time. He was more echoing Trump, and then he said he's been more tracking with the administration. He said, "Oh, let the investigation continue." But Katie came straight out, put a statement saying every credible thing needs to be released. Very much to her credit.
That's correct. Anyhow, let me slide on off. I just started throw in about the social media thing that people, I don't know.
Oh no, you're on
it, buddy.
Appreciate it, Duke.
See you, man.
Yeah, but Instagram, I like to hear about the Instagram. I don't know damn thing about
I don't know
Instagram.
nothing.
Yeah, I might as well delete it.
There's some pretty girls on there. I know that.
I don't do none of that stuff, brother. You know what I'm saying? I just call you, talk to you, and get on the phone, be nosy, and do a few things here and there for you.
That's it.
Well, appreciate it, Duke.
See you, brother.
Yeah, no, Instagram, they throw, especially because I got the fitness thing in my algorithm.
Uh-huh.
Like, I've been watching a lot of RP strength, like Mike Israel stuff, and it works. Damn, it works. But because that's in my algo, it's like, and they know I'm definitely a dude. Like, you get a lot of fitness ladies.
I get fitness
throw my
stuff
way on
too, but it's
Instagram.
like, can I fit this whole sandwich in my mouth?
I get some food porn stuff,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
that's always, some of that's fun to watch. It's like, that guy's going to really eat that 72-ounce steak and all those sides.
The more I think about it, I need to do this. The one I saw the other night at Arby's, you get this sandwich. I forget what they call it, but it's every meat is on there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to bring that in here and we half it. I mean, it's like everything, chicken, beef, it's everything between two buns. And it's like this big.
No, I don't know about that.
Scared?
No, I'm not going to eat all that.
No, we'll split it. We'll split it, man.
No, like half of these, I'm like, you're just mashing a bunch of crap together.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, imagine that taste.
Or like the burger challenge where it's all these patties stacked high. I'm like, no.
I
like,
saw one for Wendy's. I forget what they call it, but it was 9 patties. You know these places have secret menus? I didn't know that till the whole TikTok thing.
Yeah.
9, but Joey, I will say, granted, I don't know how we'd eat it, but man, it did look good.
No, it was like one I just watched. It's a Scottish guy, I think.
With the beard?
With the beard.
Man
yeah.
versus beard?
Yes.
Love him.
Yeah, and he went to a place, it was a 72-ounce steak. He had to eat in an hour, 72-ounce steak and 3 double sides. And so he got like cream and garlic mushrooms.
And he hates mushrooms.
Chili cheese fries, mac and cheese, like, and that 72-ounce steak. He knocked it out in like 30-something minutes.
A lot of times he'll end up asking them, and they laugh, but they give it to him. They're like, you got dessert? That dude he beats everybody's records.
No, but instead
And
my
he's funny.
Instagram's like, hey, here's this chick doing squats. And she's the one who positioned the camera.
Yeah, there's You sure not realtor reels? Because I've seen a lot of that in the realtor reels too, Joey.
Do you have any lady realtors that put their phone in their back pocket and film people?
On the regular.
It's like, well, you know.
This is my thing, okay? If they really wanted to know, they do it. But if they really want to brag, they post it. And most of them post it.
oh, he was such a pervert. It was
Right.
just so like, it
Right.
makes me
I let him follow me for half the day.
No, I really hope I get one of those moments where, like, you know, because you're a guy, you glance and you see the phone in the back pocket and you just do this face. You go, oh,
that'd be good.
Yeah. And
That'd
just
be
move
good.
on.
She'd hunt you down though.
Yeah, just take the classic gay guy thing. Well, I wouldn't wear that.
I would rather say, "Hey, Becky,"
Mhm.
it's a lot of buttons.
I wouldn't be wearing that. I may not know my flowers, but I know when I see one.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hey teachers, the Guardian Credit Union Foundation has an opportunity for you. Until July 31st, educators can apply for the Teach for Tomorrow grant, providing $1,000 to bring your classroom projects to life. From STEM supplies to music gear to school-wide projects, we're here to support your vision. For full details and eligibility requirements, visit myguardiancu.com. The Guardian Credit Union Foundation, supporting those who shape tomorrow.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health, and they're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you fellas out if you just don't feel yourself. And, you know, a lot of guys, they feel tired, sluggish, not like themselves, and they assume it's just part of aging, but it doesn't have to be that way. Low energy and performance issues. You know what I'm talking about. You do?
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, these aren't inevitable problems. Solutions do exist. There's no guesswork, no gimmicks at Montgomery Men's Health, just real science and effective treatments. So get up with the urologist providers there. They'll provide tailored solutions specifically to your body and goals. ED treatments and other options many don't know even exist. And of course, treatment for low testosterone. The consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. You only got one life, gentlemen. Procrastination's only going to make it worse.
That's right.
Call them up today, 440-3663. That's 440-3663, or visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book an appointment today. Let's go to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how are you doing?
Well, actually, I'm hot as Hades and sweating right now. I'm inside of a container in the back of the lot.
Ooh.
Am I coming through? Because I am in a container.
You are in a container. It sounds hot. I mean, this is Alabama in the middle of July. What are you doing in a container?
Oh, well, my crew's going to Pell City in a little bit to work on epoxy and floors at a Pell City school.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is I got all the vinyl in for the Auburn apartments that we got to do next week, and it's blocking the epoxy that's in the back of the container. So all I can do is crawl over all the vinyl.
Yep.
And start handing all of this over to my guys because I hate to ask them to do something I'm not willing to do.
Yep. That's good, boss.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sweating.
I bet.
And the moral of the story is don't forget, we can do epoxy garages. We can do epoxy over ceramic tile in schools. There's a lot more we can do than just carpet, even though we're proud of carpet. That's what we started out. We've grown and learned, and we can do all kinds of things, from blinds to epoxies to your showers. Whatever you might need, call us, 285-8117.
Again, that number is 285-8117. When you call them up at 285-8117, be sure to say, hey, I heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey and Eddie. He was in a container.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing weight as we speak.
Oh, no doubt you are. You're melting
It's
away.
like a sauna. Yeah, it's like a sauna. I shouldn't have worn jeans today.
Oh,
Bad choice.
bad day for jeans.
Well,
Bad day for jeans.
Appreciate it, Ray.
Take it easy, Ray. You know, he get told me he's going to be able to wring out his socks. You ever been that hot, Joe, where you wring out your socks?
No, when I worked Parks and Rec, the rule is you had to wear pants.
Oh.
And so I usually would go with just jeans.
Hottest
Instead of,
thing
and then
to wear,
eventually
too.
I got some working pants
Yeah.
for a little while. But
miserable, though.
Yeah, I get you. You get used to it.
Oh, yeah, you do. You just stay ordinary all summer long. I remember when we worked at Icy, the hotter it got, the better the sales were, but of course, the more irritated everybody got.
Ornery. And there was one summer where, like, one day we went out to the ball fields at Goodwin. We picked up a tarp, folded it, and made windshield time. Went and got some Wendy's. I got a Baconator, took a nap, and then we worked out at the gym. And then we went back into the shop. I shouldn't be telling stories like that.
Especially because you're a guy that's supposed to be no waste. Let's doge that. It sounds like we need to doge Joey's old job at the parts department.
Oh, you wanted me to go cool hand Luke it?
Yes.
Like, yeah, change the whole culture of the place?
Yes. Why not?
Actually, they kind of were living out Cool Hand Luke's ethos. It's like, just get the job done quick. We can go do whatever we want for the rest
Windshield time, baby.
Yeah. They knew all the hiding spots, too. Let's go to Sam. Hey, Sam.
Joey. Reason I called, I want to ask you a favor. I need you to come over and climb up on my roof.
Yeah.
I need a cable.
Did he fall off the roof, Sam?
Oh, he dropped.
I think he fell off the roof. Man,
God.
That's why you don't get up on roofs, especially our age, Joey. We got a company that'll do
Our
that
age.
for free. Dude, you're in your 30s, right?
Yeah.
All right. What happens when you start leaning forward on a steep angle?
I'll probably fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know of many flat roofs around here.
Anyway, we got to get out of here.
All right.
Happy hour with Greg Beadell, and you're sticking around?
Yeah, I'm going to stick around. So are you, Joey.
I might stick around a little while.
Yeah, for a little bit. Come on.
All right. We're next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.